last time and you're carrying. But let me do a I'm known for my surprises, right?
Yes.
Okay, so what I what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk to Prakriti. Prakriti, hi.
Hello, sir.
Prakriti, you have an echo in your voice. Please remove your.
Just a second, sir. I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
there is some issue from my
Got you.
end. Hello.
Huh. You're
Sorry.
good now. You're good.
Yeah. Sorry.
All right. So Prakriti, you and I are going to do 1 minute of talking before this class. Hmm?
Sure.
So, guys, first of all, I'm introducing Prakriti to you. How many of you know Prakriti? Bhaskar, Kalpana, Kiran, Kundan, Pratyusha, Rasna, Saurav, Prabhadu, Tushar. How many of you have heard the name of Prakriti Gupta before? Yes or no?
No, I
If you
haven't.
okay, guys, I we will not have this class if you don't speak up. So please speak up. If you have heard it, you should type one. If you haven't heard, type zero in the chat box. Only unless I get everybody's response, we are not going to begin this class. We are not even going to have this session because it is not important. I need feed. I need live people. We cannot work with people who remain mute. So I need
So,
somebody to type in the chat box.
so what is 0 and 1? Can you repeat again, Arun?
So zero is if you have never heard of Prakriti Gupta's name. Type
Okay.
one. Type one if you know her.
Yeah, got it.
Alrighty, fantastic. I got most of the people's response. I got. So one fantastic thing about Prakriti Gupta is, I mean, she'll introduce herself, but what I have to say about her is she is simply fantastic. And why she's fantastic is because she has completed, um, she did a lot of initial learning on data engineering. Okay. She dabbled in Fabric, she dabbled in Databricks, and she's on this path of Fabric Databricks. The most she gave me the most surprising. Uh, she she applied for her first one of the roles in a company called Mahindra British Telecom, right? Just to test. Huh? Nothing. I mean, she was not very keen on. She applied, and initially Mahindra British Telecom said, "Okay, I'll. What we'll do is um, we will see what project is the best fit for you." And then they got back to her a couple days later saying, "Hey, initially we were trying to put you on this project, but if you do the other one, it'll be better for you, and you'll have blah." They described the job responsibilities to her, and what would an ordinary person do? Suppose you had this offer from, let's say, XYZ company, which is a good company, giving you decent salary. It's in your hometown. What would you do?
We'll choose the option given by the.
Aruna, what will you do if you
So
have a
I would get the.
good
Uh,
offer, decent money in your hometown, a
yes,
big brand
hometown
name.
is the best, I would say.
Best, no? Saurav,
Yes, sir.
what I want to hear more answers, man. Kiran, Saurav, everybody say something. What would you do if you were her? Kaushik ji,
Will
Rasna,
accept.
accept करेंगे ना आप?
Yes.
Yes, I will go with the offer now.
हाँ, you'd go with the offer. Who else? Anybody else? Tushar ji,
Yes, I will accept.
है ना? So most people, their mentality will be, I'm getting a good offer. Why shouldn't I accept? I will accept. But Prakriti gave a big surprise, and that was a and I loved her for doing this. I was I was amazed at the bravery and the courage, and it was well calculated. It was not like emotion. It was well calculated, well thought, and well considered. What she did was, she said, "No, sir. At this time, I believe that," and she wanted to validate with me. She said, "Arunji, I don't think you know." I will get many jobs in future. I right now, if I make money my priority, if I make a job my immediate priority, what will happen to me is I will miss the learning, the tempo that I've set up for learning and preparation. I will miss this tempo. I will miss the momentum that I've got for learning because I will want to do Azure, which is so important to learn the cloud, networking, security. All these concepts are very, very important to learn. And if I learn these concepts, then I'll be an all-rounder. I will not just know data engineering, but I would understand why Azure was the big brother. How, what were the reasons why it has lasted so many years. And if I know those fundamentals, and then again if I go appear in the market less than 2 months, sorry, 2 months the course will finish, and somewhere during the course I will judge, and Ardha ji will help me judge when I can appear to in the market. I mean, of course, we have referrals and other things, so she might be helped with that. um, so so she said, I have decided to wait because right now, okay, so here's the deal. I asked her, Baba, before taking the final decision, what I would like you to do is consider, because everybody has different family circumstances. Everybody has, you know, some people might be the primary earner of their family. Some people, they don't have any money, so they want to take the. So people have different circumstances. So I said, while you have taken the right decision of learning and getting better offers than what you have, because you will have a lineup of offers. Because when I saw this girl, I was really proud of what she had done herself and what she had done after the training. So her decision was right, but I want to make sure that she's considering family circumstances. And she said, "No, sir, I don't have any. You know, I can afford to. I can afford to wait, and I think I have taken the right decision. But I wanted to run it by you as well." So I supported the decision. She had talked to Aradhya, and I was so Aradhya was like, Adya said, this is one of the rare people that I've seen. Very few people take a wise decision. And she has taken one of them. And Aradhya, me, Surya, the entire civil team is supporting her on this. And we'll do whatever we can to make her successful. Um, so, guys, you know, many people, yeah, Ardha started the class. He talked about cloud computing. He talked a little bit about ISPaaS and SaaS and what is cloud computing, what is hybrid, and what is all that is all good. But guys, I think I requested Aradhya. I said, you are delivering great material. Your quizzes are awesome. Your books are great. Everything good and great. But the point is, I was telling Aradhya, Adya can I be open? Honestly?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Huh. So I was telling Aradhya, if when you start teaching, you get so involved and engrossed. So I will ask the student, I will ask students to have a personal connection with Aradhya. Now, why I say that, why I talk about the personal connection is because, see, when we are teaching a class, we have a syllabus to complete, so we go step by step depending upon the how much people are understanding. We are Aradhya always stops and solves doubts also. But when you discuss things offline with him for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, for example, I often do that. I'll say, hey Aradhya, um, great class today. Can I work with you for 5 minutes or 10 minutes on a topic of storage or on a topic of compute or on a topic of networking? And Aradhya gives perspectives because for the class it may be ahead, right, or it may be behind. But when you talk to him about his experiences in the industry, so Aradhya, as you must have known that he's been here for a very long time in the industry, especially in the Azure, uh, the entire Azure. He also is conversant with data engineering. He has saved his companies a lot of money in real life, right? And as an architect, he has to do everything end to end because. Um, so I always urge people कि ठीक है apart from the class, for example, I might be talking to Kalpana, I might be talking to Tushar and saying, or Kiran or Kundan. I always tell them two things I request. One thing is please do your labs. If you know theory and you are if you are waiving a certification of AZ 104 305 at me, I will tear that certificate. I'm telling you very bluntly, guys. I will take this your certificate and throw it in the recycle bin. What when I say I am representing senior hiring managers. I'm talking about CTOs. I'm talking about enterprise architects. I'm talking about anybody in Azure. They will literally take your. I'm repeating once again. They will take your certifications if you've done it. Just have a paper. They will put it in the nearest recycle bin, very close to them. But if you have done your labs, you will always succeed, right? Um, The second thing I ask is when you talk to Aradhya about his experiences. So when I first met Aradhya, like a couple years back, I talked to him about, tell us Aradhya, you have implemented things at Dabur. Dabur has a very small team size, but they're managing a huge brand. So I had a curiosity. I said, you know, how was that managed, Aradhya? Then I asked him questions around offline questions about, hey, I think you were doing an assignment with Microsoft. You were doing assignment with Accenture. You were in Malay. I talked about his days in Singapore, Malaysia, all these places, and I talked to him. Hey, how do you work on smaller assignments? How do you work on cloud migration? How did I mean? It was almost like me and him having a heart-to-heart talk, talking about discussing. Um, how was that done? What were the real challenges? Because bookish knowledge, yeah, I mean, everybody has to go through fundamentals and knowledge that Radha is giving. But what is the real value, guys? What is the real value? Real value is how did he scale? Uh, I mean, he has worked for companies of all different sizes and many different domains. So I was like, please help me understand, Radha. In retail domain, how did you work? Or in supply chain, what were the difficulties you faced? Or so I talked about domains. I talked about the um, the different challenges and how he overcame them in real life. So that learning and that understanding, I believe that if you absorb those from him during the classes, he shares a lot of those things. Outside of classes, shares a lot of those things. If you observe that part and then you appear at interviews, you appear in conversations, you appear at conference, seminar, wherever you go, you may have seen. We did a seminar some time back. If you haven't seen, please ask Aradhya to show it to you. It is one of the most beautiful seminars that I have heard, and I think we did with a lady called Tripti. So figure out, guys, who Tripti is. Prakriti, I wanted to ask Radha who Tripti is, and you can talk to her offline. And everybody, so the names I'm taking, Ardha, do I have the right name? Ashish? Microsoft guy?
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So, guys, You have to understand how these people were groomed, how these people, they were, some of you are, you have better degrees than them. Some couple of you are in US, right? Couple of you come from other places. You will realize that people with simple degrees, they were not very, I mean, initially when they started, they were not bright at all. In the sense that they had a degree from a second year college. Somebody came from a completely non-IT background. And so I asked them, I mean, I've done public interviews on that. I'm not making stories here. I'm talking about hardcore interviews that I did with them. And I'm very, very blunt, as you can see. I asked them very hard questions. So I asked him, one of the both of these people I asked. I said, hey, um, what was the best part? And they said, hey, apart from the course and exercises and blah blah. So I said, don't talk to me about the course. Don't talk to me about exercise because I know that they are exceptional and they're I have seen the material myself. So let's say something else. What was the real value? Tell me about the real value, man. And their answer was everybody that I've talked to a lady called Namrata, I've talked to Lakshmi, I've talked to many, many people. So I always try to gather ki, what was the real value? What is it that Radha brings that other people do not bring? Course to sabke paas hota hai. Everybody has a course. Some people have a quiz. Some people have a fancy advertisement. Some people have, you know, they will bring some model. These days, if you go to what's that, Instagram, some people will hire a beautiful girl or a guy and they will make them say, my course is the best. I am from blah blah. All that is, nuisance marketing. So when I talk to people heart to heart, one on one, and I ask them, what is really different? They said, of course, sir, unka course to acha hai, the course is great and all that. So I said, again, please do not talk to me about the course at all. Tell me what you gathered really. And their answer was, sir, the actual examples he gives, the architecture he makes in front of everybody on live on screen, he makes the architecture. That is valuable. The questions that he discusses, the situations that he discusses, that is valuable. And the stories behind his real life, whether it is Dabur or Microsoft or XYZ, he has worked on many, many assignments. So that part, and Aradhya himself always says, I ask him, I ask Aradhya, I said, Aradhya, how do you know? Because I sometimes I've been sitting in others' classes and observing people who is great, and I asked Aradhya, just at a fun, I asked him, Aradhya, how do you realize whether a student is doing great or he's stuck? How without talking to them you will realize? Do you know what Aradhya's answer was? Right? Can you guess the answer? What he would have said? Again, my question to him was, how do you realize that this batch is good or this batch has like low energy people, or this or people are understanding or not understanding? How do you realize that? How do you find, how can I say Prakriti has that all those signs of a super personality? I mean, she has a sign of being, I can tell you guys, she has a sign of being successful. And when I say something about somebody, unless they fall sick, unless they get distracted from their path, unless they move away from their path, they are successful. I have made several predictions in these batches, and every single time it has come true. So, guys, tell me what Artha would have said. Arnav ji from Lucknow.
Yes, the one who asked the most question, maybe.
You're close. You're close. Artha said, anybody else? Arnav was very close. Arnav ji from Lucknow, please have good food and good eat and good sleep, because you're not speaking much these days. I'll chase you. Okay. And same goes for your brother Animesh. I know each one of you guys. You think that I don't observe, I observe everybody. Okay. Who else can give me what Aradhya would have said? Rasna is saying more interactive during the session. So what he said was, मैं क्यों बताऊं? Why should I say? Ardha ji, आपने what? Can you share with people what did you tell me? How do you realize कि हाँ ये इस बैच में कुछ है या इस बैच में कुछ नहीं है या
So
this is a sharp student and they are
yes.
हाँ.
So usually I tell you one thing. There's a couple of point.
Hmm.
Point number one, usually I suggest everyone to behave like the kids. Ask as many as questions you have. The
Perfect.
reason, if you are not asking the question, so it will be one-way delivery.
Hmm.
If one, suppose in one group there are 20 members, if one person is asking, it will be beneficial for 20 others also. So similarly, if you ask multiple questions, it will be beneficial for others. This is point number one. Point number two, what I used to say, guys, whenever you feel you have any question, call me Monday to Friday morning time. Morning 7 to 11 time. This is one of the time when I'm completely available. Call me and discuss with your issues. Plus, start the practical implementation. Reason is if you are just attending the classes, you are not practically implementing, things will pile up day by day and it will be almost unmanageable.
Guys, I have personally told Radha there were a couple of students in the past and they did show up for many classes and no questions were asked. You know what I told Radha? I said respectfully, very respectfully, we like all of our students, very respectfully, please write a check to him or please do PayPal or the fastest method possible. With the fastest method possible, please refund this guy and let him go. Because one demotivated person can spoil the entire batch. So we rescheduled them for the next batch, right? We told them you please come for the next batch because if you don't have time, what they wanted from us was, guys, what they wanted from us was, sir, why don't you can you help us getting one voucher of a certification and please write to my boss that I've done easy. I have knowledge of AG 104 305. If you write to my boss, he will give me promotion. So please give me good feedback. And both I, Aradhya, Surya, we all said, see, it was very easy for us, na? Company was giving the money for the course. It was very easy for us. We could have said, "Ha, bhai, please give us, 30K, 20K, 50K, whatever money, and we'll write some good words for how." It takes only 2 minutes to write good words for somebody. I can use ChatGPT or Google, whatever, Gemini, Grok, whatever, DeepSeek, Perplexity. I have so many LLMs. I don't. I It will take 2 minutes for me to write a good feedback on somebody. But you know what we did? All the day we said no. It will help you short term, maybe, but it will give you crutches for the entire life you have. We at COE are not going to do it. If somebody else outside does it, let them go ahead, more power to you. And this guy ultimately came back to us after having talked to many people, after having and said, "Sir, you were absolutely right. I was going to make the wrong decision, which would have affected me for my entire life. So thank you, Ardhya, for 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 opening my eyes and guiding me." Anyhow, so guys, if in a particular class, if in a group, I see a lot of questions people are asking. Sometimes people cannot ask a question in maybe they miss a question or they don't ask it in during the class, and then they go back to the recording and they listen, and then they realize at that point you should write in the group, Aradhya ji, could you please, I was practicing. I stopped the recording at this 7.15 or wherever we stopped, and on this step I had a issue. So here's my screenshot. So immediately, it could sometimes may not be immediate, right? But Adha will take a note of this, or somebody in the group will take a note of it. And many times your peers will help you because we have a buddy system, or Adha himself continuously monitors many times a day, and he will reach. He'll say, hey, why don't you call me? Let's go over it. Or if it is a problem affecting multiple people, Adya will say, hey, we, I will fire my Google Meet and we'll quickly do a doubt session to resolve everybody's problem. So that is our attitude, guys. We are very, very real and we will try to work with you as much as possible. The only request I have is truthfully, there's only one request, nothing else. Please, whenever there'll be some theory sessions initially, like 2, 3 class, maybe some, but the moment you open an Azure account, start doing your lab sessions. Is Chakresh here? Chakresh is here. And I also want to. What I want to do is I have 2, 3 things in my mind. First of all, I'm going to invite a lady called Lakshmi. She studied, and then she. The funny thing she did was she made her husband also study. So so and she tells me that she I knew Fabric and I knew Databricks, and I'd worked as a senior data analyst in the past as well. She's currently working as a lead data engineer, and she said without I realized without having the all rounder knowledge of Azure, I cannot go far. I cannot become senior in the long run. If I have to, um, I won't say anything much. I'll stop. I mean, I'll stop here. We also have in our batch somebody called Dr. Chakresh Kumar. Dr. Chakresh Kumar did, I mean, he's a B engineer, MTech, PhD, all those great degrees. He's worked in the industry 2 decades. He's right there with us right now. Um, he he is also he's a Databricks certified engineer. He has also done recently. He covered Fabrics. He covered DP 600, DP 700. So he has all the certifications. He has done knowledge. He has done practice. So I told him, "Arey bhai Chakresh ji, why are you trying to learn Azure?" I knew the answer. I've known him for some time, so I knew the answer. But I said, why are you being like Pragati? Why are you following Pragati's footsteps? You are having multiple offers also. You are already working. You have a great reputation. You don't need to do the thing. And his answer was what? He said, Arun, these labs are very, 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 very important. If these labs are there, I can lead big assignments. I can lead transformations. I can lead migrations. So the real knowledge that I'll get from, and he said, Arun, I'm not joining Adya's course for yeah, quizzes, standing on the podium, getting first rank, second rank, third rank on the podium. Great. Quizzes are great. This material is great. But what I'm really joining for is the live class where he discusses his real life experience and of the of the class. When you have conversations with Adya, man, they're so precious that just the conversations are worth the price. That was what was said by Chakresh. Chakresh, you're here.
Yeah,
If I'm saying anything, even if one word is incorrect, please bluntly tell me on my face that Arunji, you spoke something. This one word was not right.
no, no. Everyone is 100% right. I just add one more point is there. No one in the industry. There are many players in the market who just offering this course with X benefit, Y benefit, Z benefit, but no one in the industry who can support you after the class and even in the odd hours with the real time experience. What I feel with Aradhya, because no one
I've
in the
se-
industry.
yeah, I've seriously not seen. There is not one person who makes architecture diagrams in front of you. I mean, it is so. I mean, today people are fresh and young; they don't understand the value of it. But when they do their first job and they realize, oh my God, Azure was massive and this was so big, we did not realize. Every one of them have come and told me after a couple years that it was so important for them to do. Having said that, I won't take much time. I really wanted to my job was to wake people up. My job was to say hello, talk to them heart to heart, and then uh, give the floor to Adya, right? And Adya, I'll make sure that I think Lakshmi was traveling somewhere to Chennai, but next time she'll be able to join. Chakresh has already shared his feedback. I think I'm going to invite this guy called Prem Sai, right? Because he's working for a great company in Bangalore. He's also been nominated to come to US. So he was busy because of his work. I'm not sure if he's here today right now. He may not be here, but
Yeah.
I'll invite him. I think we'll invite him next time just as a guest session or something. Maybe even for half an hour, where he can talk about how he gave his AZ-104, AZ-304.
Maybe next week, sometimes next week, Saturday
Yeah,
week.
sure. So we'll talk about how he cleared his certification, what's he doing, how was his course. The idea is not to talk about the course again. I openly say to hell with the course. That's the worst thing a person who's heading the COE can say, right? To hell with the course. What is invaluable is the real value from Aradhya, the learning, the experience, the conversations, the architecture diagram. Man, if you get that, literally, it's priceless. Aradhya, I think I've said enough. I was I will I will connect with Prem Sai and other people and schedule something which would benefit the students. And please ask all the students, guys. I'm asking you directly also. If there is anything that benefits you, if there is any question in your mind which can help you in the future, I do not care that you are in a course or not in a course. You are always welcome to personally ask me. My name is Arun again, and I'm almost in all the groups. Or I will make sure that you have an independent, blunt, simple answer. You can ask me about anything, whether it is about interviews or career or what will I become, or like Prakriti, who was already so smart. I was very impressed. Prakriti, I
Yes,
was
sir.
I was. I think I said few things out of pure raw emotions, but I am so proud of you, Prakriti, for having taken this decision.
Thank you so much, sir. I truly promise to make this work out in the end, and
Absolutely.
uh,
All right, back to you, Adya.
Okay.
I have to run to something else. Bye.
Thank you. So welcome back. So welcome to all of you in Azure Mastery Program session number 2. So we are going to start from license and subscription. So guys, in Azure ecosystem, there are two types of pricing models are available. One is licensing model and the second is subscription model. Most of the services which is available under Microsoft Azure portal, most of the services are working on subscription model except few. So earlier you bought CDs. Just think 20 years back, what you guys were doing, you were buying the CDs. But today, Netflix, Spotify, Office 365 means everything became subscription. So cloud follow exactly the same model. So whatever the services are available here, these are working on the subscription model. The question is, what's the difference between subscription model and licensing model? And whatever the different services are available, which is working on subscription or licensing model in Azure cloud. So guys, first licensing model. So there one major service which is called the intra ID. Earlier intra ID was called the Active Directory or AAD. AAD is working on, still it is working on the licensing model. Actually, it's a mixed model. You need a subscription plus license. Subscription is not enough. If you have the subscription, very good, but after it, you have to buy a license. If you have the license available, then only you can use the intra ID. Apart from the intra ID, most of the other Azure services are working on subscription model. So question is, what is licensing model? In licensing model, normally in on-premise, whatever the licensing model we have, the charges will be one time or annual. And the feature will be fixed. Whatever the features you have purchased, that will be fixed. and that will be tied up with the machine or seat count. For example, suppose you're planning to buy a SQL license, SQL Server license. So SQL Server license you're planning to purchase for how many server? One server, 10 server, or 20 server? Means for every machine specific license you have to buy. The best example of licensing model is Windows license, Office license, or SQL license, Visual Studio license. So these are some of the licensing available in on-premise. So all these are following the on-premise software models. While here in Azure Cloud Computing, most of the services, we have 200 plus major services from the Microsoft side. So most of the services are working the pay-as-you-go model. Means these services are using subscription, and the model for the payment is pay-as-you-go. What does it mean? It means just use for a month. After 1 month, only you have to pay for it. For example, suppose you have a website you created. The website, if you are using the website, after 1 day, you plan to delete it. So whenever you delete the resource or website, immediately the billing will stop. Suppose you created a subscription, but you're not using it. So if you're not using, you no need to pay anything. Whenever you will use, then only you have to pay for it. Otherwise, you no need to pay anything to the Microsoft. So guys, out of 200 plus services, majorly there is one service which is Intra ID. Remember Intra ID? There we need a subscription. Then after the subscription, you have to buy the license. There are multiple types of licenses are available. We'll discuss later on whenever the particular topic will start. But for the time being, in Azure Cloud Computing, we have majorly subscription model. So I'll take a pause. If you have any question related to licensing or subscription, then please unmute and clear your doubts. If you don't have, then we can proceed next. Next is
One second, Aditya. I have something very interesting to say.
Mhm.
And this is real life experience. So, what happens today is people come to us. Let's say let's say they are between 35 to 37 years of age, or 30 to 37 years of age. They come to us, sir. I have spent like 7 years. Somebody says I've spent 10 years, and let's say I've done Fabric or Databricks or whatever, and maybe they have done some SQL. Like I know Priya Vail here has done some good. She has extremely good knowledge of SQL. She's a very smart lady. I know her personally from under session or under class. We have never met, but I just know of her personally. I've seen her work, so I truly appreciate her. Now, um, when such people, I'm just giving one random example, right? When such people apply for jobs. So obviously, if you've been there, you have 7 to 10 years of experience in the industry. They'll ask you, can you? What is the first question people ask, guys, in the interviews? Help me here. What is the first question people ask? Tell me something about yourself, right?
Yeah.
Tell me, walk us through your story. Walk us through your experiences, right? So, um, So in certain cases, people are able to say, "Hey, my name is so and so. I have about X number of years of experience in that industry. Initially, I started my career started with some SQL development or XYZ stuff, or I was in Power BI, or I was in ABC, whatever they say, right? And during the last 5 to 7 years, during the last 5 years." I became very interested in Azure data engineering, which has been there for a long time. While I was doing Azure, um, um, uh, at that time, Microsoft Fabric came out. I combined the strengths of the Microsoft stack in Azure as well as Fabric, and I combined the holistic approach of Azure plus Fabric data engineering, and this is why I'm here. I can play versatile role as a cloud architect. I can play a role as a cloud data engineer. So cloud plus data engineering, perfect combo. So only one gives you opportunities, but the two are a deadly combination. Azure services and Databricks and Fabric. This is the strongest combination and the strongest story that you can have. For example, Fabric is great. It has been in the market like couple years. but Azure has been battle tested. So when somebody says, like I had an interview, one candidate told me, I said, what do you bring to the table? That's what everybody asks now. What do you bring to the table? We have these requirements, must have, nice to have. Sell yourself against that. This fellow, Prakriti ji, what he said was, I have knowledge of Azure compute storage, networking, blah, blah, security, and I am bringing the battle tested. Fabric is a newer thing, and I appreciate Fabric, but I'm bringing the battle tested experiences from Azure that I'm able to apply to Fabric that has complemented it so well that I think I'm really good at this entire Microsoft stack of Azure plus Fabric. Why am I saying this? This is the real thing that people say and do, and this is what we're asking that people do. Um, Back to Aradhya.
Thank you, Arun. So guys, Microsoft Azure is running on top of a portal. The portal URL is portal.azure.com. You see, this is the portal. So this is one of the main portal. Apart from it, there's some supportive portal available. For example, aad.azure.com or shell.azure.com. So these are the sub portals which is mainly used for the automation or Active Directory. For the time being, let's focus on the main portal. So we have the main portal available, which is portal.azure.com. Whenever you're going to access the Microsoft Azure services, you need a subscription. So now question is, what is subscription? Is it mandatory? So subscription already discussed. Is it mandatory? And how to create the subscription? So guys, first, Microsoft side, there are multiple types of subscription models are available. The one most famous type of subscription which is used in a production environment is called the pay-as-you-go subscription. So here, pay-as-you-go. So this is mainly used in a production environment. Apart from it, we have a student subscription. So if you're the college or if you're the part of any college or university, so what you can do, you can discuss with your IT department. They may issue, if they have the permission, so they may issue. Permission means if they have the agreement with Microsoft, so they may issue a subscription which will be valid for 6 months. Over there, you get only $100. But remember, with the lots of limitation. We have another type of subscription available, which is called the MSDN subscription. MSDN subscription is mainly used by partners. Suppose you are the Microsoft Gold, Bronze, or Silver partner. In that case, whenever you're doing some purchase from Microsoft, Microsoft will issue MSDN subscription for the POC purpose. For example, TCS, Wipro, Accenture, all these companies have hundreds of MSDN subscription they are using in COE. They have the COE team. The COE members are mainly using the MSDN subscription. Apart from these three, we have one more type of subscription available, which is called the free trial subscription. In free trial subscription, you get $200. $200 means nowadays are close to 19,000 rupees. So 19,000 rupees you will get for a month. So, okay. So you'll get $200. So if you're from outside India, you'll get in $1. If you're from India, you'll get 19,000 Indian rupees credit. This credit will be available in your subscription for 1 month. Now again, the question is,
I thought I was getting cash.
No. You will not get a cash.
Okay.
Okay. So this you'll get in your subscription, but remember, with the certain limitation. So and the one subscription or with the $200 is more than enough for 3 members for a month. After 30 days, it will automatically be disabled by system. So it means background process will disable your trial subscription after 30 days. So most of the people are joining the session, but they are not practically implementing because of the fear factor. The fear factor means they are thinking, what if they will create a free trial subscription? Maybe Microsoft will charge, or they are not sharing the subscription with others because of the fear factor. They are thinking if anyone else will use the subscription, maybe Microsoft will not, maybe Microsoft will charge. The reality is Microsoft will not charge anything for the 30 days. Whatever you want, in fact, if you're using or not using, It will be disabled after 30 days. So it will be better to use for next 30 days. Or if possible, then you guys can serve with others also. So almost all the type of services will be available with the certain pricing tier. Means you cannot create a supercomputer or you cannot create a very high configuration machine. But yes, basic type of machines you guys can create here. You cannot create 100 website, but yes, basic 3 to 5 website you guys can create here. You can create the database, you can create a data factory, or whatever the services you're planning to use in a free trial subscription, you can use for 1 month. What after 1 month? So guys, after 1 month, this account will be automatically disabled. Okay. In case after 1 month, in case you want to reuse the same subscription, then you have to use your debit card or credit card. In fact, to create a free trial subscription, you need a debit, you need a credit card. So here, what you need a CC. CC means credit card. So you have to arrange a credit card and activate your subscription and use for 1 month. After 1 month, the account will be automatically disabled. In fact, if you're consuming all 19,000 rupees, suppose in 22 days, then after 22 days, it will be disabled. If you're not consuming, then after 30 days, the account will be automatically disabled by system. After 30 days, again, in case you feel you want to activate the subscription, then this time you guys can use the debit card or credit card, DC or CC. So you guys can use either debit card or credit card and convert this account in a pay-as-you-go. So what you can do, you can convert this account in a pay-as-you-go. This is option number 1. Option number 2, suppose, I think someone called me today and he was saying, hey, is it possible to use the free trial subscription? That is also possible. We have some techniques available. The technique is first 3 months you can use free of cost. Or what you can do, first month you can create a subscription and share the same subscription with the 2 more guys. Suppose there are 3 members in your team, Ram, Shyam, and Ghanshyam. So Ram is creating a subscription and sharing the same subscription with the Shyam and Ghanshyam. Similarly, the other 2 will do. So it means first 3 months you guys can use free of cost. After it, what you can do, almost all the banks are providing a virtual credit card, which you call the VCC. So what you can do, you can activate a new subscription using VCC after 1 month. Means every month, 1 month, what you can create, what you can do, just go and request for the new VCC. VCC will be activated within 24 hours, and using that virtual credit card, you can create another subscription and close the VCC. That is a little time-consuming process, but yes, technically it is possible. You guys can create an unlimited number of subscription going forward in future. If you're planning to go, since day 1, suppose you're planning to go with the pay-as-you-go model, then in that case, what you should do, ideally you should create an alert here. First, just go and configure the alert to control the price. Configure pricing alert or costing alert. Okay, so there's a costing. On top of the costing, just go and configure the alert. And here you can create your estimation. Suppose your monthly estimation is 1,000 rupees. Okay, so this estimation you can divide in 4 parts. Suppose your estimation is 1,000 rupees, that you are ready to pay 1,000 rupees to Microsoft. And here you can create 4 threshold points, 250, 500, 750, and then 1,000. So whenever this value will meet, Microsoft will call you, or they will give the notification that, hey, 25% of your total estimation is completed or consumed. 50% of total estimation of total budget is completed. 75% is completed. 1,000 rupees is completed. So this type of alert notification you will receive from Microsoft. Plus, whenever you're using pay-as-you-go subscription, make sure you'll go with the least configuration. So here, there's 2 pricing model available. One we call the spot discount. So whenever you're dealing with the infra services, go with the spot discount. Spot discount. In this case, immediately you will get 89% discount in upfront. So here, what Microsoft is doing, Microsoft selling the unused Azure capacity in discounted rate. So guys, again repeating, if you're planning to go with the pay-as-you-go model since day 1 or after 30 days, so in this case, the first activity is just go and create a cost budget and configure the alert. Then in case you're dealing with the infra services, go with the spot discount. Here you'll get in upfront, you'll get 89% discount. And most of the PaaS services, if you're dealing with the PaaS services, most of the PaaS services are offering developer pricing tier. Developer tier. So what you can do, you can go with the developer tier. If you don't have the developer tier, then you can go with the consumption plan. In consumption plan, whenever you use, then only you have to pay. For example, I have a VM, or maybe not VM, I have a website. Or the website, whenever the website will be used by end user, then only you have to pay. If it is not used by end user, then you no need to pay anything to Microsoft. So using this technique, what you guys can do, you guys can save 89%, means close to 90% amount you guys can save. For example, today I will show you, I have a 2 subscription available. In one subscription, I'm paying only few hundred rupees per month. In fact, let me show you. I'll show you both type of subscription. You see here, I have default subscription. I have the second subscription. The second subscription is the pay as you go. And see here how much I'm paying in second subscription. So you see here, in case you want to check my subscription, all services, under all services, here you have a subscription. You see, this is my subscription. What type of subscription I have here? This is pay as you go. Okay, you see here, this is my pay as you go subscription. In pay as you go subscription, current cost is 36 rupees only. And in case you want to see the historical one, so let me show you the historical charges. Yeah. One second, guys. So this is my subscription. In case you want to check my billing, see the bill. July means 1 year ago, 1 rupees 95 paise. Next month, August, 341 rupees, 37 rupees, 128 rupees, 130 rupees, 105 rupees, 80 rupees, 220 rupees, 576 rupees. So this is my monthly expense. I'm using the region. I know how to control the budget. So guys, in real-time situation, whenever you will get opportunity to work in industry, if you cannot control the costs, there is no use. No, you are not valuable. You are not assets for the organization if you cannot save the customer cost or you cannot save the company cost. In real-time situation, you should be very good in cost management. Okay. So again, guys, so you see here, this is my subscription. The subscription type is pay as you go. It means in this case, I will use whatever I want. I can use. There's no restriction, but after 1 month, invoice will be generated that I have to clear to the Microsoft. Again, there are lots of people are scared. They're not using. They're saying, hey, if Microsoft is charging a lot, then what to do? So guys, no problem. If Microsoft is charging because of, suppose you did some mistake, because of your mistake, Microsoft increase the charges. So in that case, you can write an email that you are the student, you are totally new to the Azure cloud ecosystem. They will give the 100% waiver. In fact, I know lots of people who got the waiver up to 2 lakh rupees. For example, one of my students, name is Shubham Verma. Shubham Verma is from Haridwar. So what he created a multiple supercomputer. After 24 hours, he realized the bill is reached to 2 lakh rupees. He called me, he said, hey, my bill is 2 lakh rupees. So I said, do one thing, just stop everything. First, delete everything and raise a ticket to the Microsoft. And he got the waiver of 2 lakh rupees. So you no need to worry. So there are multiple techniques available for the practice. One is you can go with the free subscription where there's no charges. You'll get 19,000 rupees credit for the practice for 30 months. In fact, you can share the same with the others also and use for 3 months. After it, in case still you want to use free of cost, then you can go with the VCC model. Next is, if you don't want to go with the VCC model or you don't want to go with the free one, so in that case, you can convert your account in a pay as you go. In pay as you go, you have to pay after the usage. Just use for a month, and then after it, you have to pay to the Microsoft. Over there also, if you know how to save the cost, you guys can save up to 90%. Means exact number is 89%. So up to 90% bill you guys can reduce. Any questions so far? Kalpana, Kaushik, Kiran, Kundan, Madhu? No.
Aradhya, I had a question.
Yeah, please.
I have seen that in certain services, there is a foundation that it does not allow us to create one because it's a personal account. So what is the workaround that if you can ask?
You're talking about the trial subscription?
No, for example, I was trying to set a fabric for practice purposes, and
For
it was not allowing me to
for
from my
fabric,
personal account.
for fabric story is slightly different.
Oh,
Slightly, it's a different. So what you need another type of account here. That is possible. That we can discuss offline how to create the fabric account. For example,
okay.
similarly, in case you're looking for the Outlook Office 365, Office Outlook Fabric, these are some type of services where the payment model is totally different. But most of the services you see here in Azure Basket, we have 200 plus services available. Most of the services are in the same model what I'm telling you, except few.
Okay.
Okay, so you see guys, whenever you guys will log into the portal, after login, you will land here. So this screen is called the landing screen or dashboard. You see, this is dashboard. So there are two types of landing screen available here. One is called the dashboard, this is dashboard, and other is the home screen. So either you will log in, after login, either you will land here on dashboard or on home. This is home screen or dashboard. You guys can decide after login where you want to land or what type of look and feel of the portal you want. For example, suppose after login, I want to land to the home screen, not on dashboard. So here we have the setting button. Left top side, we have setting button. Correct. So that's why initially I say it's for the infra services. If you're planning to go with the infra services, then you can go with the spot discount. If you're planning to go with the pass or other type of services, so there are two other models are available. Either you can go with the developer tier, dev or developer tier. If you don't have the developer tier, so in most of the cases we have the consumption plan available. So what you can do, you can go with the consumption plan and go with the least configuration. So this, whatever the tricks I'm telling you, this is for the POC, just for the learner, for the student, not in the production. For the production, you have to go with the pay-as-you-go model with the best tiers. So here guys, after login, in case you want to change the landing screen, so click on setting button. Here we have multiple left side, we have multiple menus available. Like you can change the appearance. As of now, you see at the left side, what are the options? You see this is nothing, just the services. In case you want to check all the services available in portal or in Azure, so these are the total number of services available. So total number of services are 200 plus. We have multiple type of category available. For example, for the web developer, if you're working on .NET, Java, PHP, Python, is software engineer, for you guys, these are some of the famous services. It doesn't mean that you will use only these services, but these are some of the core services. Apart from these, you have to use some other services also. Similarly, in case you are from the storage background or you want to store some data, so for the data storage, these are some of the services. This is for the security related services, network related services, monitoring related services, general type of services, database related services, containerization services, analytics services, compute related services, databases. So we have so many services available. Depending on the requirement, you guys can use it. So whatever the services are available, the complete list of the services will be available here. In case you want to add any service in your favorite list, this is your left menu. In case you want to add any of the service in your left menu, what you can do, just select which service you're planning to add here. For example, suppose we have a service available which is called the Azure SQL MI or Azure SQL Managed Instance. So as of now, the last service I have is application template. What I'm planning to use this one also. So just click on the star button. It will be added in your favorite list. You see here? Now this is added in your favorite list. Clear to all of you? So in case you want to add any of the services in your favorite list, just go and tick here. In case you want to remove, just untick. Okay, unticked. It's removed. So here, whatever the services you have, total number of services are 200. Out of that, whatever the frequent services you are planning to use, all these services you can tag at the left side in a left menu. Now question is, what is service? Service is nothing, just a technology template. Means these are nothing, just a feature. So here, example, so service is a category of the computing capability, means features, what type of product you are planning to develop. For example, database is a service, storage is a service, Networking is a service. Compute, MS Fabric, Databricks, virtual machine, application gateway, load balancer, application gateway, machine learning, AI, these are the services. Using these services, what you guys can do, you can create the new instances. So whatever the services you see here, these are my favorite services. Suppose I'm planning to remove one of my service like application template. How to remove from the favorite menu? Type here application. Sorry, I'll click on all. Application template. Templates. TEMP. Not sure. Okay, let me remove the face API. Face API. You see the second last one is face API. I'm planning to remove. It's removed. Again, in case you want to add, just add here. Suppose I'm planning to add the multi-factor authentication also. This is another service you can add here. So any service in case you want to add in your favorite list or remove from the favorite list, from here you guys can manage it. So this is one. Second is after login, either you guys will land here or here. In case you want to change the landing screen, that is also possible. So click on the setting button. Here we have the language, appearance, language, and other property available. Suppose the menu behavior. This is my left menu. By default, the menu behavior is docked. It means this is parked at the left side. As of now, it is parked. Suppose you want to make the changes in behavior from the dock to fly out. So what you can do, just change from dock to fly out and apply. So after login, the menu will not be appear here. Whenever you want to use it on mouse click, the menu will be again appear here. So this behavior is called the fly out mode. The left menu is available, but under the fly out mode. So this is required whenever you are looking for more space on dashboard. Then usually we set the behavior as a fly out mode. Okay, for the tamping, let's go with the docked. So similarly, many behavior you want to go with the collapse one or this expanded one. It's totally up to you. Suppose I'm planning to go with the collapse one. So all the sub menus will be available in a collapse. Similarly, theme. There are multiple type of theme available. One is the auto theme. This is dark theme. Theme of the portal you guys can change. In case you want to go with the light theme, that is also possible. Suppose I'm planning to go with dark theme. Okay, let's go with the light theme. And after login, where you want to land? You want to land to the dashboard or home? So you see, this time whenever I logged in, I directly landed to the dashboard. In case you want to land on home screen, so click on the home and apply. See here, after login, I will land on home screen, not on dashboard. Again, I'm going to log out and log in. The portal is portal.azure.com. Sorry. Appearance is home. Apply. Okay, done. One more thing after login. Whenever you log in, oh, sorry, I logged into the incorrect subscription. This is my free subscription. Anyway, let me log into the pay-as-you-go. So I'll use this is my pay-as-you-go subscription. Okay, after login, what happened? I just landed on home screen, not on dashboard. So guys, you guys can decide after logging where you want to land. Kalpana, Aruna, Arjun, this is clear to all of you? Madhu? Okay, perfect. So one more point here. Appearance, we already discussed. Language. So if you're working mostly, we are working for the, customer who understand English, but if any customer who don't understand the English, what you can do, you can change the language of the portal. We have several languages supports are available, like Mandarin, Korean, Japanese, Russian, Indonesian, Spanish, English, Italian, German, and many other languages supports are available. You guys can change the language and region format. Similarly, in case you want to update your email address, so from here you guys can update. And this is very important property available. So guys, whenever you will log in, do you want to get the notification, pop-up notification? So this button is called the toast notification. So whenever you're making any changes in the portal, or suppose new feature is released, so here you'll get the notification. If this option is disabled, then you will not get any type of notification here. So make sure in a production environment or just for the learning purpose also, make sure this button will be enabled. Similarly, in case you want to show the survey, pop-up survey, and these are not mandatory, but this is mandatory. And here, whenever you want to log out, so in my case, I'm the only one who is using this machine. That's why the sign out whenever inactive. So it's an error. But in case you want to set the sign out after 15 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hour, or any custom hours, that is also possible. So for example, you want to sign out after every 8 hours. So what you can do, just go and configure here. Or you want to sign out after 1 hour, 2 hours. So you guys can configure it. In my case, I'm the only user who is using this laptop. That's why I have configured never sign out. Means by default, I'm logged in. Clear to everyone? Any other question, guys? If you have, then please. Now, other point is resource and resource group. So guys, the service, this is the service. Whatever the services I was showing you guys the left side, these are the services. Using these services, whenever you're going to create any new instance, the newly created instance will be called as the resource for you. For example, you see here what I'm doing. I'm going to create, I have a resource group available. So here I'm going to talk about the resource and resource group. So first, let's talk about the resource group. What is resource group? Resource group is nothing, just a logical container which is mainly used to manage the resources, or whatever the policy you will apply on top of the resource group will be applicable on the internal resources also. Okay, now how you can relate the resource group in real-time situation. So resource group is just like you are shifting your home. Okay, again, suppose you are shifting from your home, and you'd like to move your TV separately, chair separately, fan separately, and everything goes inside one container. Okay, so Azure, similarly, Azure call that as resource group. Resource group is just a logical container. Whenever you're moving from one house to another house, what you do? You have a box, a carton. In carton, what you're doing, you are packing everything, right? Fan, all the fans you're storing in one. TV will be another box. Sofa will be another box. So these type of packaging. So these are nothing, just a wrapper. So here, resource group is also like the wrapper, which is just like the logical container, or it is just a logical container which is mainly used to hold the resources. So in simple terms, you guys can relate this with the folder. Just think, guys, anyone, any idea what is the use of the folder in your operating system? Just think, what is the use of operating folder in your operating system? Kundan, Madhu, Kiran. Anyone?
Yeah, keep all the files in one folder.
Correct. Keep file means resource. File is nothing,
Yeah.
just a resource for you. Perfect. Keep related files in one place, in a one logical container. So resource group is also like the folder. So folder and resource group, both are the logical container, both are mainly used to manage the resources or artifacts. So here in Azure Cloud Computing, whatever the resources you will create, all your resources will be managed under the resource group. So what you can do, just go and create the resource group. Now question is there a limitation or naming convention for the resource group, and how many resource group we can create? So for the time being, the limit is 980. In one subscription, you can create 980 resource group. Remember guys, earlier it was 800, but last year it was increased from 800 to 980. So for the time being, in one subscription, you guys can create 980 resource group. So how to create the resource group? So the very first service is called the resource group. You see here, this is my service. It's called the resource group. So click on the resource group. This is my subscription. Pay as you go. And here you guys can pass the name of the resource group. So usually there's no access, a naming convention, but normally all the companies are following their own convention. For example, in case you want to pass Ram Shyam Ghanshyam, that will be accepted. Suppose you want to pass Priya, Rashna, Prakriti, Nitin, Madhu or something else, that is also accepted. But usually what I used to suggest to everyone to follow a naming convention. So what naming convention I follow? So I start with the resource type. The resource type is resource group. So I'll start with the RG. Short form of resource group is RG. Then what type of, you are working for which customer? Suppose you are working for customer name is Coca-Cola Hellenic. So CCH, Coca-Cola Hellenic. And suppose the project name is DSL, Data Service Layer. Okay. And I'm creating this for the production environment. So name of the resource group you can pass here. RG means resource group. So this is the resource type here. This is nothing, just resource type. Resource type dash customer dash resource, project, and then environment. So guys, different companies are following the different naming convention. In my case, since last close to 10 years, I'm following this type of naming convention. So what you can do, same name you can pass over there also. So here what I'm doing, I'm passing the name RG means resource group Coca-Cola Hellenic for DSL project and for production environment. So guys, yesterday I told you worldwide how many regions we have. Anyone remember? Worldwide, how many regions we have?
70. 300.
No, data center. That is data center region.
70.
70 plus means actually 75 plus regions are available. In one region, there are multiple data centers. I described today how exactly the data centers are designed by system. So you see here, I'll go with this. You see here, there are lots of regions are available here. So recommendation is to go with the closest region. For example, if you're from India, I'll suggest you guys to go with the Indian region. If you're from United States or your customer is from United States, then go with the US region. So here I'm from India. My customer is also from India. So I prefer to go with the India region. In India, we have 3 regions available. Center India means Pune. South India means Chennai. And West India means Mumbai. The recommendation for me is to go with the Center India. Why Center India? The region, my current location is Delhi. So Pune is more closer for me compared to Mumbai or compared to Chennai. Pune is more closer. So if anyone who is from Pune or if anyone who is part of the Center India, for them, in most of the cases, it will be Center India. So guys, why it is recommended to go with Center India? If I want, I can go with the United States also. But remember, the data travel time will increase, means latency will increase. Whenever you are accessing anything from India to US, so your data packet will travel from India to US and again US to India. I'll show you something. Azure Globe. So you see, guys, this is Globe. So what Microsoft is doing? Microsoft is running multiple satellites and 75 regions. These are some of the regions. You see, whatever the, this is India. This star is India. India is one of the geographic location. So India is one of the geographic location. In one geographic location, you'll get a multiple region. For example, Center India means Pune. South Center India, which is not ready yet, it will be available by next year. It is available in Hyderabad. Next is South India. South India is available in Chennai. So Chennai is available. Okay, Chennai region is available. So worldwide, we have 75 regions available. In India, we have 3 publicly available regions. One is Mumbai. Okay, and you see Jamnagar, Gujarat. This is dedicated for Reliance Jio. So this is the private one. And we have Mumbai, Bombay, for mainly for the Bombay business. This is for the entire North India. This is for the South Central India, and this is for the Central India. So as of now, in India, we have three publicly available regions are available. Central India means Pune, West India means Mumbai, and South India means Chennai. We have three regions are publicly available. By next year, we will have four regions publicly available. And all the regions are internally connected. If you see here, these regions are internally connected using the optical fiber cable. Okay, so recommendation from Microsoft is to store everything. All your resources must be in India. For example, if you are from India, your customer is also from India. In that case, all your resources you should deploy in India, not in United States or European countries. Why? The reason is if you're planning to deploy everything in European countries, your data will travel via this route. This will be the route. This is the route. And again, you'll get the response. For example, you're from India or your end users are from India, and resources are deployed here. So your request will transfer from India to Europe and Europe to India. In this case, it may take some time, maybe 10 seconds, 9 seconds, 7 seconds. So there will be latency. To avoid the latency, recommendation from Microsoft is to use the closest location near to you. So you are from India and your customer is also from India. For example, I'm from Central India. So in that case, you should go with the Central India. If you don't have the nearby location available, suppose then in that case you can go with the South India or you can go with the West India. So depending on your current location, you should choose it. And all these regions are internally connected using the optical fiber cable. You see here, whatever the dotted line you see, these are nothing, just optical fiber cable. Sea-level optical fiber cable. So with the help of 3 satellites and multiple regions, total number of regions are available is 75 plus. So 75 plus region and 3 satellites, Microsoft is providing all these 3 services, 200 plus services. Clear? In case you want to see in a tabular mode, so these are locations like Australia. In Australia, we have Canberra. It started in 2018. Australia East 2014. Australia South East 2014. Okay, so these are the location, and this is the launching year, and whatever the products or services are available and where. You see, total 75 plus regions are available. In case you want to check India, Central India started in 2015. Okay, South Central India coming soon. It's not ready yet. South India available in Chennai city. It also started in 2015. Okay, Mumbai one is not listed, but actually we have a more region available in Mumbai. That is very small region, but for the Mumbai business, Mumbai is the economical capital of India. That's why, especially for the Mumbai users, they have a dedicated region available in Mumbai also. So, for example, in case you want to go with Mumbai, type here India. This is West India, Mumbai. For the time being, I'm from Delhi NCR. For me, recommendation is to go with the Central India. Next, whenever you're going to create it, there's a very important property which we call the tagging. So tagging is very important in the production environment. As of now, we have certain resources available, so very easily you can search. But in real-time situation, there'll be hundreds of resources. For you, it will be very difficult to search the resources, or applying the policy will be very difficult. So what you can do, you can tag here. For example, this resource group is for the customer. Name is Coca-Cola Hellenic, CCH. And what type of environment? I'm going to use it for the production environment. So you can type here prod. Okay, I just create it. In 1 second, your resource group will be ready. So similarly, how many resource group you can create? You can create total 980 resource group in one subscription. As of now, in 2026, this is the limit. Again, I'll take a pause. If you have any questions, so you can ask your question. Santosh, Sridhar, Rashna, Priya, Prakriti, Nitin.
So in real time, the projects are maintained like as a resource group.
Correct. Without resource group, you cannot create the resources. For example, you're planning to create a database. So if you don't have the resource group available, you cannot create the resource. First, you have to create the resource group. Then only whatever the resources you are planning, you can create. So I tell you one thing: in industry, we have lots of people who are self-claimed professional. What they are doing, they are just gathering the information from Google, YouTube, from here and there, and they are claiming. So they are the people who are the root cause of the failure. Cloud means here things are very easy, but the thing is nowadays just think how many hours you guys are spending on phone. Just calculate, or in case you want, there are multiple apps are available. Your app will tell you how many hours you guys were active, but same time you can calculate how many hours you spend on learning, even not 1%. So most of the people don't want to learn in detail. They want to just get the basic knowledge. And these type of people are self-claimed professional, self-claimed cloud professional. And they are the core reason behind the failure of the project. Okay, an industry is looking for the people whose knowledge is diversified, who have the detailed knowledge. The industry is not looking for the expert. Industry is looking for the people who have detailed knowledge. Detailed knowledge and expert, both are two different things. So if whatever the feature, whatever the properties are available, if you have the good control, you can provide a better solution to compare to the others one. So guys, this is the resource group. Now this is a resource group, just like the folder. And as many as you want, you can create up to 980. You cannot create more than 980 resource group. For the time being, we have limitation of 980. Last year it was 800. Going forward in future, again, it will be increased from 980 to something else, maybe 1200 or 2000. But for the time being, it's 980. Okay. Second is you see these are the services. For example, suppose you're planning to create a Databricks. You're planning to create a event hub. So Databricks, Event Hub, Logic App, Cosmos DB, Azure Function, App Service Plan, App Service Environment, Application Insight. These are the data engineering services. But the problem is most of the people who are working as a data engineer, they don't understand even what is Event Hub, when to use the Event Hub. If it is required or not required, they don't know. Unnecessary, sometimes they're using, whenever it is required, they are not using. So the other challenges in Azure Mastery Program, you'll get a project to learn diversified list of the services. Some of the services are the core services, which is the part of data engineering, architecting, administration, development, and many other type of services. So this is my resource group, means my folder is available. Now under this resource group, in case you're planning to create some resource. Now question is, what is resource? For example, suppose I'm going to create a virtual machine. Okay, I will not describe for the time being. I'm just showing you the capability. So I will not describe how to create the machine. I create a VM. You see here, I'm going to create, whenever you're going to create a VM, it will ask you, do you have any resource group available? So I have two resource group available. One resource group I'm using for the budget purpose. Let me show you my budget also first. You see, this is my subscription. In my subscription, I have created a budget. You see, this is my budget. What is my budget? My budget is 1,000 rupees. It's the same what I described here. You see, this is my budget. 250, 575, and 1,000. I'm using for entire month, and I'm just paying few rupees. Maybe sometimes 500 rupees, 300 rupees, 100 rupees, 50 rupees, 36 rupees. So you see, I have the budget. And I have 4 threshold point available. 25% means 250 rupees. So total budget is 1,000 rupees. This is my estimated budget, 1,000 rupees. And I have 4 threshold value. So I'm getting, whenever the 250 rupees will be consumed, then I'll get a call from Microsoft. So I will get one email, one SMS, one push notification, and one call from Microsoft. The call will be pre-recorded. Hey, I'm calling on behalf of Microsoft. This is one of the recorded call related to your subscription. Your first threshold point of 25%, which is 250 rupees, you already reached. So this type of notification you'll get here. So what will happen if you have configured this type of alert, or if you have created a budget, whenever something bad is happening, maybe you did some mistake, you forgot to delete something, you'll get a call directly from the Microsoft. Just go and do whatever the action you want to do. Okay, using these are some of the trick to save the cost of the project. So here, again, I'm returning back to here. So what I'm doing, I'm going to create a VM. I'm going to create one, or maybe I'm going to create two virtual machines. Two virtual machine I'm going to create under this resource group. Resource group name is RGCCS Digital Prod. Okay. And here VM name, I'm planning to go with the 2 VM. I'm planning to create 2 VM. Name of the VM will be Ganga. 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 And where I'm planning to create a 2 VM. Sorry. Or anyway. So let's go with the single instance. I'm going to create one VM and one storage account. So this VM, I'll go with the very basic configuration. Dev is the username and the password is India at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay. I will not describe for the time being. I'm not going to describe it. I'm just creating a VM under this resource group. So guys, if you're going to run this VM 24/7, then by end of the month, you have to pay close to $35. $35 means it's close to 3,000 rupees you have to pay per month for this machine. This is a very basic type of machine which I'm creating for the testing purpose. So you see here, for the basics, you have to pay $11, and total overall you have to pay close to 34 point something dollar, means close to $35. If you are calculating this way, it will be around 31 or 3,200 Indian rupees you have to pay per month for this VM. If you run 24/7, then only. Okay, so this is my VM. Let it run. In between, what I'm doing, I'm going under the same resource group. I'm going to create a storage account also. Okay, so you see here, I have another service available. Whenever you're going to create any of the service, any of the resources, it is mandatory. Resource group is mandatory. If you don't have the resource group available, then here also we have option to create a resource group. For the time being, I have two resource groups available. One resource group where I'm maintaining my budget, and the second resource group which I just created. So in this resource group, I'm going to create another storage account. Storage account name is duty free 09303. And quickly I'm going to create this too. I will not describe the region, the topic. These topic I'll start from next Saturday. For the time being, I'm just going to create it. You see here we have some issue. With the local attendance storage. So guys, the resource group I created, under this resource group, I'm going to create the resources. Now question is, what is resource? Just think here, I was talking about the service. That service is nothing, just a technology template, a category. And what is resource group? Resource group is just nothing, just a logical container which is mainly used to hold the resources. So question is, what is resource? Or so resource hold your resource is just like the any resource or artifact. So resource like the basket that is holding, or this is like the bag, your bag that is holding your laptop. Okay, so again repeating, a resource is just a logical container, just like the folder which will hold your resources. So the VM virtual, the left side you see here, this is my virtual machine. Here, this is my virtual machine. But using this virtual machine, whenever I'm going to create a new instance, the newly created instance will be called as the resource. Correct? So you see here, resource group is just like the bag. Inside the bag, I have my resources available. So I can create n number of resources. Ganga, Yamuna, Kaveri, Saraswati, Narmada, VM 1, 2, 3, DC 1, 2, 3, whatever the number of machines you are planning to create, you just go and create under the resource group. So this resource is available under this resource group. And you see here, the service is, this is the service. Virtual machine is the service. But using this service, you can create n number of machines. So it means you can create the object of the virtual machine and rename whatever the name of the object you want to pass. During the provisioning of the machine, you can pass the name of the object. So here the object or the instance name is Ganga. Similarly, you can create another machine name is Yamuna, Narmada, Kaveri, Himalaya, whatever the name you want, you can pass here. Is it clear to all of you so far, or any question, confusion? Then please unmute and clear your doubts.
Excuse me, sir. Hello.
Yeah, please ask your question.
Yes, sir. Sir, so whenever we create the object of a service and it is ready to use, that is what we call as instance or a resource.
Resource.
Okay. And in resource is also called instance, right?
Correct. Mostly
Okay.
people are calling it resource, but technically you should call as a resource. Instance means if anyone who is from programming background, for example, if you're a developer, you're a software engineer, then usually they're calling instance, but actually, technically it is called as the resource.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so you see here, the resource group I have created is folder. Under this resource group, I have multiple resources created. I created VM, IP address, and IC. All these I'll describe later on whenever I discuss in detail. For the time being, what I created VM and storage account. Okay. Now, I'll take a pause. If you have any question, then please unmute and ask the question.
Aradhana, I had a question.
Yeah, please.
I wanted to ask that when you were mentioning about the cost alert simply gives us an email when we reach the budget, and the month and the budget section is like a call from the Microsoft Center.
So
am I right about this?
It will give the alert, or it will alert you in case you want to take some action. That is also possible. For example, as of now, I have configured to send the alert. But if I want, I can configure that way. Whenever something is happening, then raise a ticket on ticketing system. Suppose you have Jira ticketing systems, over there it can raise the ticket also. Or in case you have a logic app, in logic app you can write a workflow to delete all the resource groups. So what it can do, it can delete all the resource group also. Or in case you want to stop all the resources, that is also possible.
This is the capability of the budget, right?
Yeah, this is the capability of alert and control.
Oh, okay.
Actually, there's a property available which is called the action group. In action group, you guys decide you want to send the alert only or you want to take some action. So in my subscription, I don't want to take some action. I have configured to send the alert only. But in case you want to take some action, that is also possible. Just go and configure and do whatever the action you want.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so guys, what is resource group? Resource group is just a logical container which is mainly used to hold the resources or resource. What is resource? Azure resource is a specific deployment instance. Instance means same thing. Instance of an Azure service, a real billable. So Microsoft will not charge for the services. There are 200 services available, so you don't need to pay anything for the services. You have to pay for the instances or object or the resources you have created. A real billable manageable object with its own setting, life cycle, and identity. For example, while you're going to create the name of the resources, you can pass Ram Shyam Ghanshyam or your name or your company name, but naming convention you guys can decide. For example, virtual machine, so VM, whatever the naming convention I was talking, like VM means virtual machine, then customer, CCH, then project name is DSL, and name of the VM, Ganga. So name of the machine you can pass like this. The VM, you can pass VM dash VM dash CCH. CCH means Coca-Cola Hellenic for DSL project. And the VM name is Ganga. Okay. So this type of name. Suppose you're planning to create 3 VM. So Ganga, Yamuna, and Kaveri. So this is third machine. Kaveri, and this is your Yamuna machine. So this type of naming convention you guys can follow. Okay, so you see here, name of the service is virtual machine, but the instance which you guys will create, you guys can pass a naming convention like VM prod is 01. and this is the type machine, and you can deploy somewhere United States, India, or somewhere else. Similarly, resource group RG, production environment, or you can pass the name what I passed here. So resource, again repeating, resource group is just a logical container which is mainly used to hold the resources, and resource is just a real instance of the service. For these resources you have to pay. You no need to pay anything for the services. So here we have 200 services available. All these services are free of cost, but whenever you create the instance using these services, for those services you have to pay. That's why it is real billable manageable object that will have its own setting, life cycle, and identity. Okay. So one more thing. Before so as of now, the implementation, what I was showing to you guys, if you have any question related to this, then please ask the question. If no, then I'm going to show you something. How many of you have Outlook ID? Anyone here? Kalpana, Hari Krishna, Kaushik, or anyone else?
So I have project
Okay, you're connected through laptop or a mobile phone?
laptop.
Please share your screen. So I'm not screen, just share your email ID.
Sure.
Just share your email ID here. So guys, now I'm going to show you here, whenever you're going to access, there'll be some access layer. There are multiple access layer. Just share email ID.
Yes.
So mainly we have 3 access layer available. In between you're sharing. So now during the interview, people may ask, hey, what's the difference between service and resource? So service is nothing, just a category or cloud capability. For example, virtual machine is a category or cloud capability, or storage account is one of the capability from Microsoft side. But using these specific deployment instance, using these, if you're going to create any instance, it will be called your resources. For example, service name is virtual machine, but the instance that you will create name will be VM Web Prod 01. You cannot change the name of the service, but you can change the name of the resources. Similarly, for the services, you no need to pay anything. These services are free. But whatever the resources you will create, for the resources you have to pay. Maybe the charges will be per second, per hour, or per minute. You have to pay for it. Services define what settings are possible, and actual configuration you have to perform on top of the resources, not on the services. Services will be managed by Microsoft, while resources you guys have to manage by own. If I'm talking about the number of services, that number of services are few hundred means 200 plus services are available. And if I'm talking about the services or resources, you guys can create thousands of resources, maybe 10, 20,000, 50,000, 1 lakh plus resources you guys can create. So resources.
When you say, I just want to clarify one thing, right? So when you say, hey Arun, you are my student, if you use this, you have to pay. I am worried immediately because I'm worried about how much money is going from my pocket while I'm learning. So I want, some people in the past have had this doubt. They think, Arey Baba, if I start learning, I'll have to pay tomorrow. So can you help clarify that?
Yes. So first, if you're using free subscription, then you no need to pay anything. If you're using pay as you go, so next day you no need to pay. Just use for 1 month. After 1 month only you have to pay whatever the billing, and that you guys can control how exactly I was showing you guys. So what you can do, just go select appropriate pricing tier. This is option number 1. Always for the learning purpose, you can go with the least configuration. Don't go with a very high configuration. Whenever it is required, then only you can increase the size. After the practice, you guys can delete the resource and resource group. These are some of the technique. And one more thing, production environment or on a pay-as-you-go subscription, you can go with the consumption plan or dev plan, dev tier. So using these techniques, you guys can save up to 90% cost. So one more point, guys. Most of the people who are working, they are unable to differentiate between data center, zone, region, and geographic. So India is one of the geographic region. Japan is another geographic location. Gulf is third geographic location. The geographic location which I was showing you guys here. 1 second. You see here, the other geographic location. So if you see here, this is India. So this is one of the geographic location. In this geographic location, so first this is globe. Here in this globe, we have multiple geographic location. In one geographic location, there'll be multiple region. In one region, there'll be multiple zone. In one zone, there'll be multiple data center. So let's talk about it. So guys, let's talk about geography, region, zone, and data center. For example, India or North America is one of the geographic location. In this geographic location, you'll get multiple region. For example, region A and region B. In one region, there'll be multiple zones. For example, zone 1, zone 2, and zone 3. In one zone, there'll be multiple data center, DC1, DC2, DC3. So if you see here, it has one-to-many relationship. Under one geography, multiple region. Under one region, multiple zone. Under one zone, multiple data center. How it is defined, let me show you here. So this is very important to understand, guys.
So even before you go there, Adya, I have a question. Can I ask that?
Yeah, please.
Okay. So assume that I am a student like Arnav, Hari, Kalpana, Kaushik, Kiran, Kundan. So let's say I'm Kalpana, right? I'm just taking one name randomly. Let's say my name is Kalpana. Now my question is, Kalpana, have you ever seen a data center before?
No, Arun.
Okay. Nitin, how about you? Have you seen a data center?
No, Arun.
Okay. So there will be some of us. Adya, what I'm trying to say is, so my name is Arun, right? And I'm saying, yes, we are learning about data center. You're describing it very well, and you're showing the globe, and you'll be going deeper into it. But I want to understand. Can you show me picture of data center? See, if you ask me, Arun, have you seen the Taj Mahal? I'll tell you, I'm from Delhi. I traveled to Agra. There I saw the Taj Mahal with a friend of mine. Right? Suppose you ask me, have you been to Goa? Yes, I've been to Goa. But in my life, I have never. Suppose I say, I'm Kalpana. I have never seen a data center. Can you share maybe a picture, maybe something? Because I want to imagine, I want to visually relate how a data center looks like. दिखता
Okay.
कैसा है? हाँ.
So I'll show you two. One is if anyone who is from Noida location, if anyone who is from Delhi NCR, so in Noida, there's India's one of the biggest data center available in Noida extension. So it's a Yota, it's from Yota side, Yota data center, Noida.
Okay.
So you see, guys. So this is one of the data center. So in one data center, there'll be supply of multiple power grid. Electric supply will be not from one grid, multiple power grid. Water supply will be from multiple sources. Backup will be multiple backup, means 3 water supply, 3 cooling center, 3 backup, and 3 data center in one zone. Suppose this is one of the zone. In one
Aditya,
zone, yeah.
Aditya, is it true? I'm going to see. So suppose you are in a session with me. I want to understand. Ki, I've heard that Reliance has a great data center, right? I've heard many companies that have a great. Can you show me Reliance as well?
Yes, as of now, it's not operational.
Acha.
Actually, Reliance one is actually it's a Microsoft data center.
Okay.
The Microsoft data center in Jamnagar, Gujarat.
So Ardhaji, my question is, because I'm a words fresher. I call myself like a dumb student. I'm fresh and new, and I'm only 10 plus 2 pass, right? So I will ask all these questions. So my question is, why there must be a reason, no? Because in India, I've heard there are so many data centers. So one of the homework for every student is to find out how many data centers are there in India. Adhaji, I would like to ask you, why are so many data centers growing at such a massive rate in India and they're employing thousands of people? Why is that happening?
Okay, I tell you the 2 reasons. Arun, how much you are paying electricity bill per month?
Adaji, let's say I'm a 10+2 guy. My dad pays it for me, or
No,
my
no,
mom pays.
you are in US. So how much
So,
you're paying?
so,
Charges,
so,
what
so, with,
charges, is how
so
much you're
some of it is subsidized, but I pay let's just I'll assume maybe I pay 1,000 rupees per month. I'm paying electricity bill, just average.
No. So $1,000, right?
No. I'm suppose I'm in New Delhi in my house for my.
No.
I
I'll
have
tell
a,
you. I'll tell you why companies are starting the data center in India. So
okay,
if you are
fine.
in United States, you are in
Okay,
United States.
okay,
I'll
you
tell you
okay.
how much water charges I'm paying. I'm paying water charges per year is around 600 rupees. Tell me what.
Wait a minute. Priya, you are in US, right? Priya ji,
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Priya ji, Priya ji, let us both compare our notes. So, let's say you are living in a house or an apartment, you are in US. What is the electricity bill that you pay?
Close to $200, including heater and
Okay, $200.
everything.
$200 you're paying. And what about the water charges?
100.
It means $300.
Yes.
$300 is close to 30,000 rupees per month you're paying for it. And remember, most of you guys of India, just think how much you are paying. It means in India, you're paying maybe including these two, you're paying 8,000 rupees, 9,000 rupees, max to max 10,000 rupees per month you're paying. In my case, I tell you how much I'm paying. I'm paying close to 7,000 rupees per month. I'm paying. And Priya is paying close to 30,000 rupees. So it means water charges, electricity charges are cheaper in India. Labor charges are very cheaper in India. Labor means here you can hire a professional in very low cost, like 1 lakh rupees salary, just pay 2 lakh rupees salary. But United States, you have to pay maybe 10 lakh, 15 lakh rupees per month. So here engineers are cheaper. Engineers are cheaper. Electricity supply is cheaper, means manpower is cheaper. Electric supply is cheaper, water charges are cheaper. So there are lots of companies. Plus, if I'm talking about the volume of data, this is very high. Everyone says money, you guys are producing the data. Directly or indirectly, you are generating the data. So if you have the data available, we need some data storage platform. And data center is nothing, just a data storage platform. Data storage platform plus means you can store data. Apart from the data storage, you can run lots of services. In fact, Reliance is going to start one of the biggest data center in Jamnagar. And you see here, this is one of the model of data center which Reliance is about to start. They already have collaborated with the Meta and Google. With the collaboration of multiple companies like Meta, Microsoft, and Google, they are going to start world's biggest data center in Jamnagar, Gujarat. It will take some time, maybe 2 or 3 year time it may take, but that will be one of the biggest data centers in Jamnagar. For the time being, Noida is one of the prime location for the data center. The region, the digital volume of data is growing in India. The second is here, manpower is cheaper compared to United States. Water charges, electricity charges are much cheaper compared to United States. That's why most of India is one of the prime destination for the data center. For example, let me show you here, Noida data center.
Or the land availability also.
Yeah. Hey, I want to brag about since I'm a US citizen now, I want to brag about US also. So Priya, are you with me? You are a fellow United States
Yes,
person, huh?
sir.
So let us
Yes.
brag a little. Bit. Have you ever been in Texas?
Yes, sir. In Dallas. Yeah.
Dallas, na? Have you been to this place called where the biggest data center is there for the OpenAI?
No, sir. No.
Okay, Google it. Ardhaji, I'm very proud to tell you that one of the biggest data centers we have is in Texas, which is my state currently, right? And there is a specific city it is in. So this is a homework for student to figure out which one is that. It is one of the, the campus is massive.
So
And OpenAI is using it.
in India, Noida is one of the prime location,
I know.
including Microsoft, Google. So there are lots of companies are investing billions of dollars in Noida location. So some of the data center which is operational are under progress or coming soon. So it's a Iota.
Are there? I think that they must have come. Just a joke. They must have come to know that you are staying in Noida. They must have come to know that, so they started a data center there only. Okay, okay, sorry.
Okay. So guys, CFI, entity, need to secure. You said entity, CFI, Adani Group, Hiranandani Group, STT, Bharat Data Center, Nextra, DCs, Need for Choice, Airtel, Controls, including Microsoft.
So,
Microsoft want they acquire 100-acre land, but they haven't started yet, including Microsoft.
Aradhi, Aradhi, from this, from Aradhi, sorry, from this picture, I understand. Now I feel more closer to a data center. Maybe I can see. I mean, maybe I'll Google it in my free time and see where are the other data centers. But this makes me feel ki if Baba, if so many big giants are investing so much in India, obviously, by even a fifth grade student will tell you that it will amount to so many number of jobs in the cloud and data space. That is a pretty simple thing to, yeah. I mean, it's it's a it's a no-brainer.
Yeah. So some of the data centers are operational, others are coming soon, including all these companies. If you check the news, so around the $40 billion investment is in progress in Noida location. $40 billion. It means close to 30 to 40 companies are investing $40 billion in next few years in Noida
But
location to set up the data.
Acha, Adi, just for fun, okay? My name is Animesh. Sorry, my name is Arunav and Animesh. We are two brothers. We are in Lucknow. Okay, can you tell us if there is any like they belong to UP and they want? I mean, one of the brothers in New Delhi, one is in UP. So they want to understand: is there anything in UP as well? And I've not finished my question. I have to be harder on you. So one of the questions is: anybody there from Mumbai, guys, in the group? Anybody from Mumbai? No? Yes? Is there anybody from Mumbai here?
No one close to Mumbai, Pune.
You are in Pune?
Yes.
Acha, theek hai. So at least you can represent Mumbai, right? For just pretend you are from Mumbai, okay? Okay. So Ardhaji, what I would like to ask is, you talked about Gujarat, you talked about New Delhi. Now Mumbai, Maharashtra people will be feeling left behind, or Lucknow, UP people. Just I don't want to feel left behind. So is there anything going on in Mumbai as well? I just want to know
Yes.
as a curiosity.
Yes. So in Mumbai, so I'll tell you some of the prime location for the data center. Like Patna is not a prime location. Jaipur is not a prime location. Lucknow is not a prime location. If I'm talking about prime location, so Pune, Mumbai, Delhi NCR, Chennai, Hyderabad, Bangalore, these are some of the prime location for the data centers. So if anyone
Okay.
who is planning, so these are some of the prime location. These are the city where you'll get few hundred data centers.
Arnav ji, please talk to Yogi ji. He will invest. He will ask people to invest in UP also, because it is not prime, but it has
No,
to come
Noida
up because.
is a part of UP. So Noida is not
Arey, oh, you are right. You are. Oh, I'm so sorry. You are absolutely right. Arnav, you have a reason to feel proud. UP
Yes,
has
sir.
one of the biggest being Noida. You have to be proud.
You see, these are the data centers available in Noida. In Lucknow, if you see Lucknow, in Lucknow, there's a one government data center only. Only one data center in Lucknow. SDC, State Data Center. Noida is one of the prime location. In case you want to check the tour, how exactly data centers are designed, so I tell you one thing, you'll get everything in three. For example, in one zone, there'll be 3 data center. In one data center, there'll be 3 electricity supply, 3 power supply, 3 power backup, means everything in 3 form. So you see here, this is the entry to the lobby. In case you want to take a tour of the data center,
Excuse me, sir.
one second.
Wow.
Okay, I think somehow it is not working. Means
Yeah,
there
we
is
can maybe
just
side may be slow. We can watch it later. Pragati, your question?
Yes, sir. It is just a question out of my curiosity. Like the data centers that you were just talking about, these data centers are proprietary to Microsoft only, or they support infrastructure that is built on maybe AWS or GCP? How does it actually work? Like a data center can support infrastructure built on all these three cloud platforms, or it is just proprietary to Microsoft? Just a question out of my curiosity.
okay. So the data center, which is from the Microsoft, it is proprietary of the Microsoft. So Microsoft using, their vendors, their customer, their partners are using it. Similarly, the lots of data centers are from the Amazon and Google side also. If I'm talking about the prime, prime providers, so Microsoft Azure is one of the most prime provider. The reason they have 300 plus data centers compared to any other, provider, they have the huge number available. So again, I'm returning back to the deck here. So you see, this is the India location. It's written in Bangla, so avoid it. So this is one of the India is one of the geographic location. In one geographic location, there will be multiple region. So for example, this is one of the region. Okay, sorry. So suppose Mumbai. So here we have Mumbai. Mumbai is one of the region. Near to Mumbai, we have Pune. Pune is the other region. The distance between Mumbai and Pune is close to 200 kilometers. We have another region available in Chennai. The distance between these two are more than 1,000 kilometers. So as per the Microsoft, as per the guideline from Microsoft, so peering means this is the backup and this is the DR side. This is the DC and this is the DR side. This is DC, this is DR side. So here this is one region. You see here, let me change the color. This is one region. This is the other region. And this is the third region. So we have three regions, and all these three regions will be internally connected through optical fiber cable. So 1 second.
No, but I have a question.
Yeah,
I mean,
please.
you can take your time. I keep coming like I told you, I'm the world's most freshest fresher, right? So my question is, Prakriti, what is DC and DR?
So DC is data center, and DR, I'm not sure what it is. I was about to ask, as Radha said.
Uh, this one topic,
Distance.
this one
Sorry.
topic will not only very important to people, this is one of the biggest topics that is also very important to data engineering. It is also very important to, I mean, majority of anything to do with data, it is very, very important topic. So that's why whenever Adya says, so I am always watching. If I am in the class, like if I'm working with you, the moment he says DCDR, so I will immediately ask Ardhaji, maybe at a later point in time, or maybe now, you may want to describe us what are you talking about? What is DR? So feel comfortable, guys. And Ardha keeps on giving breaks and pauses, but he's always hoping that you are asking something that you heard for the first time. Don't be shy, guys.
Okay, so I'll come to your question. So DC means data center, DR means disaster recovery site, from where you can recover your data. So cloud doesn't mean there will not be a disaster. Disaster is possible over there also, but you have to design a system in such a way, if there's a disaster, quickly you'll be able to recover the data. If you're unable to recover the data, or if you don't have the DR site available, it means you are in a risk, or your project in a risk. Your client is in a risk. So make sure whenever you're going to design a system, you should design a system with a proper DC and DR site.
So Aradhya, again, the world's freshest fresher might want to ask you, my name is Prakriti Gupta. I'm a very smart student, but sir, I don't understand. Prakriti, am I doing a good imitation of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. I'm just trying, huh? Don't feel bad. Okay. So my name is Prakriti Gupta, and I want to understand, sir. I understood that DRS is the disaster recovery, but I want to understand. Can you give me some examples of what kind of disasters might come? Are you talking about flood? Are you talking about fire? What kind of disasters are seen?
Yes. So recently there was a situation or war, not situation, there was a war between Iran and United States. So in this case, during the war situation, these are the easy target: data center, dams, power station, grid station. These are the easy target for the enemy countries. So first, what they will try to target it. So I'm not sure how many of you know there was the Amazon data center which is attacked by Iran. So just think, suppose there's a company, there's XYZ company, it's a very big company. Their data is available in a data center somewhere in Dubai, and the data center is lost. Then if you don't have the DR side, when disaster recovery side, then your business will be down for a few months or a year. So whenever you're designing a system, you should design a system in such a way, if there's a downtime, if there's a disaster, you'll be able to recover data from another side, which is called the DR side. I'm going to show you how. So if you see here, we have two types of region available. So first, this is the geography. India is one of the geography location. Japan is geography location. North America is geography location. Europe is geography location. Gulf is the geography location. In one geography location, you'll get a multiple region. Region 1, region 2, region 3. So this region is called as the West India region. This is called the West India. So West India region is mainly designed for the Mumbai customers who are from Mumbai location. The region Mumbai is one of the economical capital of India. Okay, so here West India means Mumbai. Okay, MUMBAI. This is one of the region. In this region, there will be multiple data center. I will describe. Give me a few seconds. So apart from it, we have another region available. This is called the Central India. Central India. Okay, West India means Mumbai. Central India means Pune. Similarly, we have one more available region is Chennai or South India. Okay, all these regions are internally connected. In one region, there will be multiple data centers. So there are two types of regions are available: type A and type B region. Example, this is type A region. In type A region, in a region, you'll get a 3 data center, at least 3 data center. This is the example of type A region. Type A region. Type A region. So this is your region. In this region, there'll be multiple data center. Okay. Suppose this is DC1. DC means data center. DC1, DC2, and DC3. Or suppose this is your data center. This is DC1, DC2, and DC3. Within a data center, sorry, this 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. This is region. In a region, you have 3 data centers available, and all these data centers will be internally connected to each other. Okay, these are internally connected. So this is your type A. And similarly, we have another type of region available, which is called as the type B region. But the design is slightly different. So this is your type B region. In type B region, in a region, this is a region, inside a region, you'll get 3 zones. Zone 1, Zone 2, and Zone 3. Suppose this is your zone. One second. Suppose this is your Zone 1, Zone 2, and Zone 3. So in a region, you will have 3 zones available. In one zone, either there'll be 1, 2, or 3. Minimum 1 data center. So this is data center. So there'll be either minimum 1 data center and maximum it can be 3. 1, 2, or 3 data center. Suppose here in this we have 1 data center. Here we have 2 data center. That is also possible. So number will be either 1, 2, or 3. It's not fixed. In most of the cases, it is 1, 1, 1, means 1 data center, 1 data center, 1 data center. But there are some of the regions where in a zone you have 3 data centers also available. That's why the total number of data center is greater than 300 plus. So it means ideally it should be 215 or 225, but actually number is 300 plus. The region inside the region, this is region. In a region, this is data center. Data center means DC. DC1. Data center number 01. This is DC2. This is DC3. This is 3. DC1, DC2, DC3. This is type A. In type B, in a region, you have 3 zones available. This is zone 1, zone 2, and zone 3. So what is this? This is zone 1. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so here 1, 2, and 3. So guys, number of data centers in a zone will be either 1, 2, or 3. And all these data centers will be, zone will be interconnected. This zone will be connected with this one. And this will be connected with this one. All these zones will be internally connected. This is my zone number 1. Zone number 2 and zone number 3. We have 3 zones available. Under each zone, we have 3 data centers available. This is DC1, DC2, DC3, DC4, DC5, DC6. So guys, it's not fixed. Minimum 1 and maximum 3 data centers will be available in a zone. Now again, I'll take a pause. If you have any question, then please unmute and ask the question. So this is zone 1. Zone 2 and zone 3. So guys, we have 2 types of regions are available, type A region and type B region. In a type A region, there'll be 3 data centers and all these data centers will be internally connected. In type B region, there'll be 3 zones. Under each zone, there'll be either 1, 2, or 3 data centers, and all these 3 regions are internally connected using the optical fiber cable. Any question, guys? I'll give the example. South India, SOUTH, South India and West India are the example of type A. And Central India is the example of type B. This is type B region. And the example is Central India. Whenever we start the implementation, that time you will see here what's the difference. This is most advanced regions. These are the most advanced regions. So guys, worldwide we have 75 plus regions are available. Out of that, around the 60% regions are type B, while 40% regions are type A. In India, we have 3 regions available. 2 regions are type A, and 1 region is type B. The region which is created or introduced in last 7 to 8 years, these are the type B, and the region means legacy one, the type A. Now question is, what is the advantage of type A and type B? The advantage is, suppose guys, the premise will be the same for all the 3 data center. Suppose there's a worst situation, if there's a bomb dropped on top of the data center, on top of the region, on top of this premise, all the 3 data center may not be available. But in this case, there'll be distance between these 3 data center. If there's a one bomb dropped here, still the 2 more copy of data will be available, and you can run your business from here. So guys, you will get the high availability with the type B regions. If the data is available, if the data which you using is available in type B, that will be highly available compared to the first one.
Adhaji, fantastic example. Let us have some fun. Okay. Okay. Who in here wants to have some fun? I want a volunteer. Arey Baba, I need only one volunteer who wants to have fun. Is that too difficult? Acha, Prakriti has raised her hand. Fantastic, Prakriti. Prakriti, are you ready to play?
Yes, sir.
Alrighty. Adhaji,
Yes, sir.
हाँ तो जो आपका screen है ना, whatever screen is in front of you, just black it out. Assume there is no screen. Suddenly, let's say we are in airline industry, right? All of us are working for which industry? Airline industry. Now what
Yes.
happened? Let's say what day is India today? I'm in US. So what day is there today?
Sunday.
Sunday, na? Prakriti, are you sure it's Sunday?
Yes, sir. It's Sunday.
So Prakriti, let's say Sunday is very busy. Weekend people are traveling. We are all working in the airline industry. Then suddenly there was a cloud outage. Adya,
Hmm.
so look at Adya's screen. His screen is blank, right?
Okay.
Why it is blank? Because there were outage. The outage has happened. So if I'm in airline industry, some people are waiting for check-in, some people are waiting for reservation. Some people are waiting to book tickets, some people are waiting in security. All those kind of things are going on, right? Prakriti?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now the flights are scheduled. They have to depart because if you look at Mumbai airport or New Delhi airport or any other busy airport, thousands of flights are departing. Pune, Yimul will be very
Yes.
unhappy if his flight does not depart on time. Right, Yimul?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Arunavji, will you be going to be unhappy if your flight doesn't depart on time? Yes or
Yes,
no?
sir.
Ah. So
Yes, sir.
now think about this. Okay. Suppose the airline staff goes and tells somebody, they will tell some boss or the supervisor who's there, Arey sir, how you know, what do we do now? Okay. So there are several questions going on in the minds of people. So what will the IT team? So let's say Aradhya is there. He's the enterprise architect. He's IT. He's responsible for all the operations of the place, right? What is the main worry in his mind? Can you tell me? Think from an IT perspective. What is the first thing that he's thinking about? प्रकृति जी कुछ बोलिए
Yeah.
अर्णव जी
Yeah.
जिसको बोलना है बोलिए everybody can speak.
So I think the first thing in the mind would be how will we securely safeguard our data for that particular zone?
Fine. And
And
you're absolutely right. Ki if everybody's perspective will be different. So if the person is an IT person, his perspective will be how do we safeguard the data? What do we do? The outage is there. Maybe we have to depend on some other region, some other place, something other. I may not be even knowing the technical terms. Even a fifth standard guy can tell you, ki bhai, if something is not working, do we have a fallback, right?
Yeah, a substitute or maybe
Now,
like a backup
huh, huh.
plan.
Correct, correct. Everybody thinks I'm making it common sense, right? Now think about what is the suppose it is a center of Air India and Indian Airlines. What is Air India thinking? Because let's say the problem is there, Air India and Indian Airlines. What are they thinking? What is the CEO of an airline thinking?
The monetary losses,
हाँ
if
ठीक
the
है
if
मॉडरेटर
the data
correct. Exactly, you are absolutely right, Prakriti. Any person with common sense, if he's a CEO or somebody from airline, he'll be thinking, "Arey Baba, if the passenger goes away, there'll be huge monetary loss. My flights are not going to run because the center is affected, right?"
yes,
So his major worry is, how do we keep the passengers flying? They have to keep flying, whether the computer works or does not work. Baba, the people have to keep flying, na? Yimal
yeah,
ji, Arnav ji. You agree? Passengers have to keep on flying regardless of what happens.
Yes, sir.
That's
Thank you so much. So, there are two concepts that I've introduced here without your even knowing, which you will always remember. You cannot forget it. Arnavji, please try to forget the concept that I'm telling you next. Prakriti, please try to forget it.
okay,
You learned about disaster recovery. So disaster recovery is what? Some if one thing fails, something else will be backup, substitute, or whatever you call it. चाहे वो region से आए, चाहे country से आए, wherever it comes from, there has to be some substitute. Right?
yes,
Now, Ardha ji, I remember he had introduced one term in his previous class. Not this previous class, previous batch. He said there is a big difference in the interview. In the interviews you are asked, and I know it is too early to talk about interviews, but I want you to think about it. The other term is called BCP. Kundanji, BCP, Business Continuity Planning. So the question they ask, Prakriti ji, even in data engineering interviews, they'll ask questions like, what is the difference between disaster recovery and business continuity planning? इसमें बहुत सिंपल सा बात है.
yes,
When we think about Arey Baba, how will I restore my data? How will I do? When we are IT centric, right? When we are IT centric, we are talking about what? Disaster
that's
recovery.
very good.
But when we are thinking about business issues like how do we keep passengers flying, that is a business
BC,
continuity planning, BCP.
yes,
When we think about, hey, Baba, let me switch to manual procedures. IT is not working, let me switch manually. I will issue tickets manually and maybe write with the hand. I'll say ticket one given to Prakriti. She can still fly. I'm allowing her. I have already security checked. So what if my machine is not working? So what some outages happened? We'll give her manual something, right? I'm assuming. Um, Now various flights are happening, and I'll say, hey, maybe all 10 of these flights cannot go because we do need some computers, but can we prioritize critical flights? भाई there are some flights, right? अभी मोदी जी का फ्लाइट आ गया, सीएम योगी का फ्लाइट आ गया, one of the chief minister का, will that fly or not? We'll make them fly now because we cannot hold the so there'll be some critical flights, right? Arun ji, let's say 10 flights have to go out the airport. At least some of the flights will be critical, right or not? Arnav ji,
Yes, sir.
हाँ आप बोलते रहिए because आप you are from Lucknow, so your flight is very important to me. Nitin Samyumal, his flight is very important to me. So I will prioritize the flights. What else will I do? Somebody will have to communicate with the passengers, na? Ki even though the outage is there, here's what we are doing there. There'll be a communication plan. Yes or no, Prakriti?
yes, sir,
Somebody will have to redirect the customer support to some other call center.
yes,
If one call center has an outage, disaster, whatever you call it, fire, flood, something has happened, they will have a something alternative substitute to redirect them to another call center.
Yes.
Okay. So even though the reservation system or whatever system are not available, the airline in this example will continue delivering the core business service. What is the core business service of an airline? किसी भी
Helping the, yeah.
मैं हिंदी में कुंदन जी यू लव हिंदी ना कुंदन जी
I am comfortable both.
हाँ तो चलो आई विल स्पीक इन बोथ लैंग्वेजेस just for Arnav ji. He's my favorite guy from Lucknow. I will speak both in Hindi and English. Tell
Okay.
me. So Kundan ji, let me ask you, for an airline, what is the core business service? Is it IT?
Uh, no, it's no right. Is it like a managing and flowing all tickets things and fly can airport airlines can fly properly.
Correct,
It is the
correct.
first.
You're right. You're right. So in other words, what you're saying is the primary objective of an airline is to transport passengers safely from A to B, right?
Yeah.
Does everybody agree with it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So again, when we talk about business continuity planning, my job is to worry about my core business service. So business continuity planning means I will protect business mission. What is the mission of my business? Transporting people safely. I will think about that. Now, what will the disaster recovery do? They will think, how do we restore the technology? How do we restore IT? How do we restore? So they will think about, do I move something from one region to another? Maybe there is a secondary region. If the database has gone corrupt because of the outage, do I do I restore it from backup? How will we do identity and authentication management? How will I restore my network connectivity? How do I bring my platform online? So disaster recovery क्या करेगा प्रकृति जी? What will disaster recovery do? It will
Yes.
think about the IT
I
problem.
problem. Yeah.
What will BCP think about?
Keeping the business processes
Business problem.
running.
Huh? So that is the core. See, you can go and research. You can do Chat GPT, Google, whatever, and just say, this is a very most important interview question that Ardha ji has shared with previous students towards later half. When he's preparing people for interviews, he talks about this. And I have personally noticed that this question has come many times. Sometimes they'll ask it to a fabric data engineer. Yeah, you understand about, they don't expect you to know everything because you may not be knowing Azure. But somebody who knows, if they see Azure in the resume, they'll be very happy with Azure in the resume, and they will ask, "Hey, by the way, although it was not your primary role, but do you know anything about? Have you have any high level experience with disaster recovery or business continuity planning, where you are part of, where you are member of the team, or where you working closely with that team?" This is a most important question. Every single, trust me, every single fabric engineer or Databricks data engineer has been asked this question, and majority of them could not even answer this basic question. कुंदन जी आपको बात समझ में आ गई? Did you understand this? Arnav ji,
Yes, sir.
so tomorrow if I wake you up at 2 a.m. in the night, I'm joking, I'm not going to wake you up, Arnav. But if I ask you this question 2 a.m. in the night, suddenly, Arnav ji, business continuity planning and disaster recovery, can you tell me the difference? I'll take an interview 2 a.m. in the night time. Can you answer this question? Yes or no?
Yes, I would be able to answer very easily.
Pakka. Pakka,
Yes,
because
sir.
I'm going to test you,
Uh,
Arnav. You know me. I'm going to
uh,
test you. I'm going to make your brother Animesh get up and test him. Kalpana ji, have you understood? Kalpana ji, where are you? She may have left. So guys, no, she's still here. Kalpana ji, Kalpana R, where are you? I know it's difficult on a Sunday sitting in US and I know thinking about all this. So we'll try to keep the session short. But I wanted to make you feel, and Ardha always first he will first he will share the concepts. And when he gives his examples, he will make you feel it just like I did. Just like I did, based upon what I had heard from Ardha in a previous class. All that I did was I assume that you guys might be the interviewer. You'll ask me this question. I answered you the question with an example. Am I selected in this interview? Like, no, let's say I'm a beginner data engineer or Azure cloud engineer. Did you like the example, Prakriti ji?
Definitely, sir. It was easier for me to understand with the
हाँ,
analogy.
please. Exactly. दिमाग में घुस गया ना सीधा. Everybody understood because I stated in a very simple language. Even if the interviewer is asking me, I'll say, I'm not an expert in this area, but I have worked within the teams and I've understood the concept of it and I can explain it. At the least, if you can say that, you have qualified rather than staying mum. Back to Aradhaji.
Okay, thank you, Arun. So guys, so simply, India is one of geography location. Here we have a multiple region. In one region, there'll be multiple zone, but remember, zone facility is not available everywhere. In some of the cases, directly within a region, you'll get a data center. In other cases, in a region, there'll be multiple zone, and under the zone, you'll get the data center. So you see here, North America is one of the geographic location. Under North America, we have region A and region B. For example, East US and West US. In East US, we have multiple zone available, zone 1, 2, 3. Similarly, in West US, zone 1, 2, and 3. In each zone, there will be one or multiple data center, DC1, DC2, DC3. It can be 1, 2, or maximum 3. One more point here, and this is the last point for today. All the data centers are internally connected. For example, the data which we have here, the data which you are storing in Central India, it will be backed up in a South India. It will not be backed up in a Mumbai. Why? There's a policy from Microsoft to take the backup of data. The minimum distance required is 300 miles, which is 450 kilometers, and the distance between Mumbai and Pune is only 200 kilometers. So DR site is not possible. For the DR site, you have to take the backup of your data in Chennai. Similarly, if the DC data center is Pune, the DR site will be always Chennai. If the Chennai is the data center, then DR site will be Pune. And if the Mumbai is the data center, then the DR site will be Chennai. And this will not be two-way, this will be one-way. One-way means if this is the data center, the backup will be available in Chennai. Now question is, this open question, why backup copy will not be available in Pune? Why in Chennai?
Because Pune is closer to Mumbai, that is why.
Correct. Pune is closer to Mumbai. So if there's an earthquake in Mumbai, so Pune will be impacted. If there's an earthquake here, so that will be impacted. So normally there's a policy that the DR site must be at least 450 kilometers away from the DC. And these two are very close to each other. That's why here DC and DR is not possible. So if you have any data available in Mumbai, that data, the DR site will be always available in Chennai. If you have any data available in Chennai, that backup copy will be available in Pune. And if you have the primary copy of the data is available in Pune, it's the backup copy will be always available in Chennai. So this concept is called the data pairing. It means whatever the data centers we have, all these data centers are paired to each other. So every Azure region is paired with the other region greater than 300 miles, means 450 kilometers for the disaster recovery and data residency. So suppose this is primary region, so this will be the secondary region. So active workload will be available here, and standby or applicant data will be available on DR side. Means active where the transaction is going on. It will be available in a primary region, and cool copy or standby copy will be available in a peer region. Live database will be available here, but it's a whatever the geo-replicate data will be available, that will be available in a paired region. Similarly, live network will be available here. If this network is down because of this region, then you can directly switch the connection from primary to other one. Similarly, active security will be available here, and same compliances will be available here in paired region also. So now, finally, if you have any question, then please ask your question. If you know, then what I'm planning to start the assessment. So in every session from today, we are going to start an assessment here. For the assessment, we have an app available, which is called the Kahoot. Kahoot is very similar like the KVC.
Adya, everybody tells me, although you are using the word assessment, right? But everybody, one of your previous students was telling me, sir, I have a lot of fun. It feels like Kaun Banega Karodpati, that game,
Yeah.
right? So
Yes.
assessment is a big word, but everybody tells me they have a lot of fun in this. I want to see why.
So whatever you learned yesterday and today, same thing, means we are not going to discuss anything outside. So same thing we are going to cover here. So get ready for the assessment, guys. So what I'm doing, I'm going to start. Soon I'm going to share a link in your chat window. Everyone, please join. So today, the first day of the assessment, I'm setting here in the chat window. Everyone, please check the chat window. Click on the link in the chat window.
Are there any prizes for this?
Very good question. For the time being, no, but yes, we are planning. We are planning.
No, at least can I get some appreciation if I
Yeah,
paid,
definitely.
if I was paying attention, if I come number one, number two, number three,
Yes.
can I get some appreciation? Huh?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
So everyone, please join. We are waiting here. One more is left. Okay. One more is left. So we are going to start in next 10 seconds. Everyone get ready, guys.
You know what surprised me, Radha? Everybody wants 60 lakhs, 70 lakhs, 50 lakhs. And if you ask them, you want 50 lakhs or you want 30 lakhs, you are not even willing to spend 30 minutes seriously on your topic. I mean, everybody wants instant gratification. Not this batch, I'm saying, just people at large. But they are
Hey,
not even willing to spend 30 minutes. But if you ask them, what do you want? Oh, sir, 30 lakhs minimum. I want to get married, sir, to a good lady.
just click on the button. Don't write here in the chat window. Click on the button. There's a 4 buttons available. Click there. Okay, so the first question is, what is Microsoft Azure? It's a database, operating system, web browser, or cloud computing platform. So everyone, please click on the button. Don't type in the chat window. And there's a marking also. So what is Azure region? Azure region is a physical location within the specific country, a logical group of the resources, or set of data centers deployed within the latency defined parameter, or a virtual machine instance. What is Azure region? Just we were talking about the geography, region, zone, and data center. What is region? Region is a physical location within the specific country. A region is a set of data center deployed within the latency defined parameter, or it is logical grouping. Correct. So region is a set of data center deployed within the latency defined parameter. So let's check here. Who is number 5? Nitin. Priya number 4. Prakriti number 3. Aruna number 2. And Rashna number 1 for the time being. What does PaaS stand for? PaaS stands for Platform as a Service, Programming as a Service, Platform Access Service, Process as a Service. PaaS stands for Platform as a Service, Programming as a Service. Correct. PaaS stands for Platform as a Service. Means everything will be available on top of the browser-based platforms. Which of the following is not a cloud deployment model? We have three deployment model available, which is not the correct one. Public cloud, private cloud, hybrid cloud, serverless cloud. So yesterday we were talking about these three. So which one is not a cloud deployment model? Serverless is not a deployment model. Which of the following is the primary benefit of using Azure? High local storage capacity, dedicated physical server, or on-demand scalability or manual software updates. If you are using Microsoft Azure, what is the benefit? Here you'll get the local storage, dedicated physical server you'll get, or on-demand scalability is available, or manual software update. On-demand scalability, whenever you want, you can increase the number of instances and sizes. Which service model offer maximum control? If you remember yesterday, it was written in a slide I was explaining where you'll get more maximum control. The infra services, PaaS services, SaaS services, or fast services, where you'll get maximum control. You means as a user, where you'll get maximum control. In infra services, guys, you'll get most of maximum level of the control. 4 of you selected SaaS. Here you'll get the least level of the control, means almost no control, almost no control. And here you'll get the maximum control in infra services. In which service model does the provider manage the operating system? So in which case, provider means cloud provider is managing the operating system in infra services, PaaS services, SaaS services, or none of the above. Wow, most of you are incorrect. Anyway, which of the following is true about the region peering? I was talking about the region peering. All the regions in a pair must be in different continent, or region pair enable the seamless failover for the high availability. Region in the pair share the same power grid. Region pairs are only available in North America. Correct. Most of you are correct. Region pairing enable the seamless failover for the high availability. If one region is down, the services will be up and running from the peer region. What is the primary use of the SaaS? SaaS stands for software as a service. What is the primary use? Application development or software delivery over the internet or virtual machine hosting or data analytics? What is the use of SaaS services?
This question was asked in an interview, and somebody who had done Fabric did not even answer this question properly. It was such a basic question.
Yeah. So guys, SaaS was software delivery over the internet. For example, Gmail, Outlook, Hotmail, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Intra ID, Power BI, Dynamics 365, Office 365. These are the SaaS services. SQL database is the example of which model? Azure SQL database is the example of infra services, PaaS services, SaaS services, or hybrid. Azure SQL database is the example of which service? PaaS service. What does ARM stands? ARM stands for Okay, I'll not I'll not. Okay, so here Azure Resource Manager, Application Resource Model, or Azure Role Manager or Management or Application Role Model. Earlier, there's a service model available, guys. It was called ASM model, Azure Service Manager. But since 2014, we have the ARM model available. ARM stands for Azure Resource Manager. Whatever the instance you create, everything is treated as a resource, and that you guys can control through the infrastructure as a code. Means Terraform or Bicep. What is Azure pricing model? So Azure pricing model is fixed monthly cost. It's working on the pay as you go subscription only or none of the above. What is Azure portal used for? Azure portal is used for managing the Azure resources through the web interface or setting the VPN, running the CLI script or accessing the Azure database. What is the purpose of web portal? Without web portal also we can manage everything. But the thing is, yeah, it will be very difficult for you to manage. So mostly, not mostly, 100% people are managing through the portal first. That after it, they are going through the automation. Without portal, you cannot start the automation directly. Which of the following statement is true about the Azure subscription? Azure subscription is a virtual machine instance, or subscription represents a data center, or subscription provides a logical container for all the resources and services, or subscription is used to define a network layer. In Azure, what is SLA? SLA stands for Service Level Agreement. Service Level Agreement is a legal document outlining the cloud provider responsibility or network configuration, or it is performance-based agreement that guarantee uptime and availability of your solution, or set up permission granted to the user. This is a very common terminology used in cloud industry as LA. SLA stands for Service Level Agreement. It is a performance-based agreement that guarantee uptime and availability of your services or solution. Let's see for the time being. Number 5 is Hari Krishna. Number 4 is Kunda. Number 3 is Rashna. Number 2, Prakriti. And number 1 is Aruna. Very good. What is the maximum number of resource group you can create per subscription? Earlier, there was a number, and now in 2026 the number is changed. So can you please tell me the number what I told you here today? How many resource group you can create in a subscription? Okay, number is 980. What is the pricing calculator used for? As of now, we haven't discussed about the pricing calculator, but anyway, it is used to configure the virtual network or estimate the cost of the Azure services and solution, or managing the billing account, or assigning the permission. Azure price calculator is used to estimate the cost of the service and solution. Which of the following is not a type of subscription? Free trial subscription, pay as you go, enterprise agreement, and monthly app license, which is not a type of subscription. What is Microsoft Azure? As just now we were talking about the cloud. So what is Microsoft Azure? It's a cloud computing platform and services by Amazon, by Microsoft, or on-premise server management tool by Microsoft, or on-premise server management by Amazon. Which of the following is not the cloud service model in Azure? As SaaS, and RaaS, which is not the cloud model. What does AS stands for? AS stands for Information as a Service, Infrastructure as a Service, Internet as a Service, or Integration as a Service. Correct. Infrastructure as a Service. Which Azure pricing model allow you to pay only for the use? Reserve instance, pay as you go, enterprise agreement, or free tier only? What is the shared responsibility model in Azure? Azure manages all aspects of the security and compliance. Responsibility is shared between customer and Azure. Customer manage the physical security only, or Azure manage application level security? What is shared responsibility? Remember yesterday I was talking, some part of the activities are managed by Azure and remaining by Microsoft. So responsibility is shared between customer and Azure. Second last question. What is the key benefit of cloud computing? Fixed pricing, unlimited local storage, on-demand resource scalability, physical server redundancy. What is the key benefit? Pricing is fixed, or unlimited data you can store in local, or on-demand resource scalability, or physical server redundancy. On-demand resource availability and scalability. Which of the following is not a characteristics of the SaaS? In SaaS services are fully managed by provider. SaaS services require the software installation on local device. SaaS services are accessible via internet or subscription-based pricing, which is not the characteristics of the SaaS services. SaaS services means Outlook, Hotmail, email, Facebook, LinkedIn. So guys, it doesn't require the local installation. So finally, it's time for the podium. Number 3 is Rashna. Number 2 is Prakriti.
Wow.
Who is the number 1?
Lucknow guy.
Aruna, congratulations to all of you. Number 4 is Hari Krishna. Number 5 is Kundan.
Fantastic. Congratulations to the today's winners. And I think they are the virtual gift.
This is the way we are conducting a session, assessment session every day. In every session, almost every session. So by end of the course, you'll have total 22 or 23 assessment also. Plus whatever the session we have, I'll share the recording of the session in your Google Classroom. So tomorrow morning, I'll create a Google Classroom. I'll ping you guys or all of you, please ping your email ID or Gmail ID, especially Gmail ID. Some of you already have shared, all the registered member already have shared with me. So what I'll do tomorrow morning or maybe sometimes tonight, I'll create a classroom and give you the access of the materials also. So finally, it's time for the Q&A. If you have any question, then please unmute and ask your question if you have any. So still enrollment is going on, guys. If any one of you are planning to enroll, if you haven't enrolled yet, then you can complete your enrollment. For enrollment, I think most of you already have my number. Directly, you can ping me. Okay, so thank you for your active participation today. Remember, learning does not stop here. Apply whatever you learn and keep growing. See you next session, guys. Bye, everyone.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much, sir.
sir. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you,
Bye.
sir.